He and Clay Stevenson are the goaltenders, and both of them were pulled in big losses on Wednesday. Puck at the center circle. Mirosnichenko will bank it off the left wing wall. Sam Bolduc propels it the other way. It's going to go down, and Chris Terry beats out an icing call. He'll collect the puck behind the net from the trapezoid, trying to center, although no one was close in blue for the Isles. Terry then lost his balance in the right wing corner. Brad Hunt will connect to pass with Pierre Dubé through center, in over the line. Limoges to the slot. LaPierre looking for a shooting lane. Surveyed, was curled back. Hands it off, a shot from a tough angle. Knocked back up the left wing boards. That was John McDonald coming in with a chance. Up from the ECHL South Carolina Stingrays. McDonald played one through Dubé off the left wing wall. It's settled by LaPierre. Back across, McDonald with a shot, and that's flagged down and held by Miska. Just 1:27 in. Hunter Miska tested for the first time. As we're just getting started and scoreless. We welcome our audience tonight on FloHockey. It is the free game of the week. The AHL TV on FloHockey's social game of the week. If you're listening to our broadcast on Mixlr, the radio broadcast, first off, welcome and thank you. If you want to watch the video, it is completely free. You just need a FloHockey account tonight to watch this game. Puck to the right wing circle. Spencer Smallman didn't get a shot through. His stick was broken in half on the ice just before that. And the puck's battled for in the right wing corner as Eetu Liukis has given it a rough ride. Sent across by Vecchione to the far wing. From the corner, filtered in behind the net and then cut off by Maggio. He'll skate ahead with it. Floats it out into the neutral zone. Backpedaling onto the puck is McDonald. Pass across, broken up by Barntrow on a good play. And on the forecheck, he'll steal it away in the O-zone. Gets wrapped up by McDonald. Was able to serve it deeper into the zone for Thompson. Out high, George with the shot, they score! Islanders strike first, just 2:11 into the game, and welcome back to the American Hockey League. Isaiah George put one right on and through Clay Stevenson. Isaiah George, and it's 1-0. He's got goals in back-to-back AHL games. Those span several months. He got his first in the NHL. A very special night in Toronto back on December the 21st, just before Christmas. What a start for the Islanders. What a start for Isaiah George. Back in the American Hockey League after 33 games with New York. And he's got the scoring started in this one. An early goal for George and the Islanders. And now they'll try to build on it. 18th time this season the Islanders have scored first. Riley Piercy snaps a shot off of the leg of a Bears defenseman, and it comes into the left wing corner. Four skaters lock horns there, trying to pull it free off the wall is Tice Thompson. Falling down to the ice, Riley Piercy. And then Matt Strome had a little opening, sends it to Aaron Ness, who has plenty of room to stretch out the legs, and then is taken hard into the far wall. And we've got one Islander down in a ton of pain, and they're going to blow it dead. That's Tice Thompson here. Joe Erdos, the team's athletic trainer, is hustling against the ice. 17:05 to go in the first period. And a scary scene here right in front of the penalty boxes. It's Justin Gill. We're taking a closer look at it here. Justin Gill went in for a hit and didn't get much of Aaron Ness, and then went real hard, chest first, into the boards right in between the penalty boxes on the far side. He is in a ton of pain and in trouble, and Joe Erdos is checking in on him, but this is an awful scene here for the Islanders just 3 minutes in. Justin Gill laying down chest first, face first onto the ice. They may need some more help to take care of Justin Gill. Joe Erdos, the team's head athletic trainer, is there. He's the only one around other than Hudson Fasching, Kallio Delius, and Sam Bolduc, who have kind of skated over to check in on Justin Gill. The concern is for him. 21-year-old rookie from Quebec. He was on call up from the ECHL's Worcester Railers, where he started the year. This place is dead silent. You can hear a pin drop. It is quiet and a scary scene. Justin Gill went for a hit on Aaron Ness. And again, didn't get a lot, if any, of Ness at all, and sort of fell awkwardly, chest first, what it looked like. Could have been right shoulder first into the far wall. He is now to his feet, but needing plenty of help from Hudson Fashing and Joe Erdos. He's a little bit better here as now he is able to skate under his own power without the help of those two as he nears the bench. He'll go straight down the tunnel. We won't speculate, but it didn't look good there for Justin Gill. And the Islanders may be playing down a man the rest of this game. 17:05 to go in period number 1. Just getting started tonight in Hershey, and kind of a tale of two situations. Just a couple of minutes ago, Isaiah George scoring on a shot from the left point that was right on, and it snuck through Clay Stevenson, who was maybe just partially screened. And then a couple of minutes, real time went by, and Justin Gill has suffered an upper body injury of some sort. And again, I would be shocked if he came back in this game, but we'll wait and see. Islanders down to 17 skaters right now. They got the puck in through the neutral zone. Bashing to the front. Foodie hands it off, and he tried to dish it over for Thiesing, and Clay Stevenson smothers it. So for Stevenson, that is save 1. He allowed a goal on that first shot against, and a shaky start for Stevenson, no doubt, after he only made 16 saves on 20 shots before he was pulled at the 29-minute mark in Wilkes-Barre on Wednesday. Allowed 4 goals. The Bears put in Hunter Shepard, who allowed 5 in relief. The Bears 9-0 loss, their worst defeat since 1993 when they lost 11-0 to the Cornwall Aces. Ironically, Rick Kowalski was a rookie forward on that Cornwall team. We talked about that with him last night. As the Bears race across the red line, McDonald steps in, lost the puck. Mitchell pushes it ahead. Maggio's got his step. He's in. Thought he might have drawn a penalty, but referees keep their arms down as John McDonald on the back check knocked it away. The puck still loose out in front. Miroshnichenko down on a knee will brush it to safety, and Vecchione gets it out. Bears look real shaky in the neutral zone and in their own end to start. Really good beginning to this game for the Islanders. As they're up 1-0, they would love some insurance while they have the edge. Here's Fulp deep in his own zone, backhands it across to Warren. Warren will slip past LaPierre, finds Pino, he's in over the line, took a 1-on-2, had it stripped, and then it comes back into the near corner. Iorio settles, plays it straight north. Dubé advances it on for Limoges. He'll shoot it into the near corner. It's grabbed off the wall by Cam McDonald. Islanders turn it over. LaPierre with a shot. He didn't miss by much as he tried for the stick side of Miska. 4.5 gone in the first period. And here's McDonald with room to skate. Red line and in as he raced ahead from his own zone. Lofts it into the Bears' corner. Up the left wing. Dubé can't clear. Now on a second effort, it's gotten out to center by Nets. Islanders going 11-7, at least they were to start this game, as here is Bardreau, a shot that's paddled away by Stevenson. Jamel Smith was banged up last night, so he is out. Cam McDonald is in. The Islanders electing to go 11-7, though, with McDonald entering the lineup. In dragging and shooting one wide is Maggio. Scored a goal last night for the first time in 2025. 11 straight games without a point for Maggio until he made it 4-4 early in the third period. The Islanders would love to get him going. Nifty little deflection on a Sam Bolduc shot last night. Bolduc had 3 assists in the game. Here's Ethan Bear with a shot. Slapper that he pumped wide left. Bolduc with assists on 3 of the 4 Islanders goals yesterday. And it's the 3rd time this year an Islander has had 3 assists in a single game. 2nd time in Bolduc's career. Sam Bolduc with 3 assists last night, now has 4 multi-point games in his last 7. Rick Kowalski went in depth on our pregame countdown today about what the turnaround for Sam Bolduc has been, and he's had more of that shoot-first mentality that he had early on in his career. It led to several call-ups with the New York Islanders. They kind of lost that early in this season. Marshall Warren gets knocked down behind his own net by an oncoming Crookshank. Miles get it out, falls to the center circle, and then the play is blown dead on a hand pass. With 13:40 to go in the first, Islanders lead it 1-0. Isaiah George back into the Bridgeport lineup, and he finds the back of the net just 2 minutes and 11 seconds in. Isles Hockey Tonight is brought to you, as always, by Yale New Haven Health.
Total Mortgage chose to build our business around technology, fast technology, and people. Awesome people. You know, the people who know the smartest way to borrow the cash you need to buy your dream home. The people who will guide you through the mortgage options you need to save money. And the best part? Those awesome people are right in your backyard and on your phone and in person, so we can close on your new home in 30 days or less, or we'll make your first mortgage payment. Give us a call today or go online to see if you can save. It's time to mortgage easier. Total Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
This is Alex Jeffries. Thank you for listening to Bridgeport Islanders Hockey.
.40 to go in the first period. Islanders and Bears. The Islanders with a goal on 3 shots. Hershey with 2 shots on goal. Hunter Miska with 2 saves early in this one. The Islanders have lost Justin Gill, at least for the time being, as he went in on a hit in the neutral zone against Aaron Ness. Had a chance to look at the replay while we were in commercial break, and Aaron Ness just sort of ducked out of the hit. He knew he was going to get hit, kind of just ducked out of it and left Justin Gill in a tough position, and Gill went in front of his body first, hard into the boards, right in between the penalty boxes. An extremely awkward angle, and looked like he was in trouble right away. Again, our concern and our thoughts are that Justin Gill, it doesn't appear, or it doesn't turn out to be as bad as it appears. The Islanders still with the lead here as Marshall Warren will bank it up the left wing wall. Bardron deflected it to center. Hershey sends it right back in. Islanders wearing the blue tops and bottoms, trimmed in white and orange. White letters and numbers, they're skating right to left here in the first. There's in their alternates that they debuted last night, a new alternate look. White top, chocolate trimming, and cream trimming as well as a dump in. Took a funny hop off of the stanchion, came to the Hershey crease, and Clay Stevenson will cover. Tonight's goaltending matchup is brought to you by the Lucas Bowls Company. Bowls ready to enjoy cocktails. It is Hunter Miska for the Islanders, 29-year-old from Minnesota, 8th-year pro. 5 games of NHL experience with the Colorado Avalanche back in 2020-21. Started the season in the KHL. After 14 games over in the Continental Hockey League, he signed an AHL deal with Bridgeport January the 11th. Clay Stevenson is his counterpart, 25-year-old from Drayton Valley, Alberta. He's a 3rd-year pro. The only goalie in the Capitals organization who is under contract after this season. Signed a 3-year extension back in December of 2023 for Clay Stevenson, who is 9-5-3 on the year. Bears set up in their offensive zone. Sent across, Iorio gets it right back, right wing. Into the corner. Mirosnichenko played it out front to the interior, intercepted by Maggio, and he'll take it for a skate. In through center. Center's in a good look for an oncoming. Etsu Liukis trying to jam it home at the glove side, but was stuffed. Ran out of runway, and Islanders have threatened well here in the opening 8 minutes. Comes Travis Mitchell out of his zone. In front of the benches, will sidestep Mirosnichenko's potential hit. Dumps it in behind the Hershey cage. Islanders made a change of personnel, and now it's lifted in by Brad Hunt. Cut off behind the Islanders net by Miska. He'll bank it off the left wing boards, looking for Terry. If there's anything Bridgeport fans already know about Miska, is that he loves to be mobile. He loves to come out and play the puck. He's comfortable doing so, and it is not a surprise one bit to see him leave the crease. Travis Mitchell will settle the puck just past his own goal line. Banks it ahead, looking for Hudson Fasching, the 2nd game of his conditioning loan. Here's Ethan Bear, who steals it away. Bear at his own line. Turned back by Fasching. Played it D-to-D over for Brad Hunt. Hunt back to Bear. Ethan Bear to the red line. Diagonal pass hoping for Dubé. Intercepted by Pino. He'll spring Fasching in down the right side. He drags, shoots, and a kick save by Stevenson. Flash the right pad. Pino with a good keep at the line. Floats it diagonally into the right wing corner. Terry roughed up there by Bear. Comes to the left or right wing wall for Fulp. His shot didn't get through. And now one-on-one down the ice. And it was Dubé trying to turn Warren inside out. Warren with a good play defensively takes him to the glass. Puck behind the Islanders' net. Played out front, LaPierre to Dubé. One-time shot. Good save for Miska. Rebound falls for Warren. He skates it out. Gave up his body in order to do so. Bears race right back in. Left wing. Crookshank to the net. Deflects back behind the Islanders' cage. 10:39 to go in the first period. Islanders with a 1-0 lead on an Isaiah George goal. Bardreau will lock down on the backside of Spencer Smallman, the former Colorado Eagle. Behind the Islanders' net, out to the right point, Nicky Lieberman. Just his 19th AHL game, couldn't get it deeper. Islanders steal it, and crossing in, Foudy and Bardreau. Foudy to the backhand, cuts to the front, trying to get a forehand shot off, and lost his balance as he was ridden down by Lieberman. Odelius with a chance, and a save at the top of the crease for Stevenson. Islanders still pressuring. Thompson to the side of the net. Foudy will whack it through the slot. Bolduc pinches in. Played it right to Foudy in the right wing corner. Islanders with an extended stay here. Bolduc with a shot. He scores! 2 goals from 2 defensemen. The Islanders lead it 2-0 in the opening 11 minutes. This time, Sam Bolduc from distance. His 4th point of the weekend. 9:54 to go in the first period. The Islanders lead by 2, and the Blue Liners have been responsible for both. Isaiah George had his 2nd of the year, and now it's Sam Bolduc with his 5th. Oh, the Islanders with a terrific start here tonight in Hershey. A hostile building to play in. First place team in the conference, and the Bears and the Islanders have taken it to them, at least in the first 11 minutes. They've got to keep their head down and stay focused here. Iorio above the left wing circle across. Saunier with a shot, never made it through to Miska. Islanders can't clear. Here's Strome, right wing side, centers it. Saunier with a chance that missed as he put a missile past the glove of Miska. Back out high, Ness to the middle, and then it's taken away from the interior by Maggio. Finds a way out, lifts it across the center logo. Now the Bears take over with 9 minutes to go in the first period. That goal from Sam Bolduc at 10:06 of the first period. We'll have some assists on it. They're still sorting it out. Meanwhile, George's goal officially has been assisted by Tice Thompson and Cole Bardreau. Hudson Fashion will touch one in over the Hershey line. Brad Hunt immediately will steer it out to center. Served in by Vecchione. Aiden Folk taps it behind the net over to his D partner in Marshall Warren. Who gets it out. Mirosnichenko will knock it down out of the air. Vecchione flips it in deep. Vecchione and Bardreau, former teammates with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, and even more than that, former roommates with the Phantoms. And a chance to go head-to-head yet again within the Atlantic Division. Right wing shot, this time from Pino, was kicked away up the left wing by Stevenson. Bears race back in. Limoges to Dubé, cuts into the backhand. Good save, Miska, who went down and caught just enough with the right pad. 8 minutes to go in the period. Miska with one of his better saves so far. He's only had to make 3 total. On the other end, 2 goals against Stevenson on just 7 shots for the Islanders. Bears come in with it. LaPierre tried to steer it to the front. Deflected out to the left point. Lieberman, former Notre Dame captain, sends it to the left corner. And now it is Liukas who brings the puck down. Advances it to Bardreau. Headman feet ahead on for Foudy, but a little bit too far, and he wasn't quite at the red line, and so icing is called. Well, you can listen to every Islanders broadcast for free this season. Tune in, isles-radio.mixlr.com, and listen for free to every game, home and away, all season long. Still plenty of action left. As former Bridgeport head coach Brent Thompson used to say after the All-Star break, you start to hit the dog days of the season where it really starts to feel like a grind, but that's where so many teams lose out on a playoff spot. Other teams somehow get into a playoff spot in the dog days of the season where the points become extremely important. Obviously, every point matters. Equates the same amount even at the start of the year, but Those dog days are right around the corner as the Bears come in, but offside with 7:13 to go in the first. And it takes us to immediate timeout with the Islanders leading 2-0. Isles Hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health on the Bridgeport Islanders Radio Network. And live tonight, it's the free game of the week on AHL TV on FloHockey.
What's Scotty carrying in his mouth?
Oh, it's the new Monopoly scratch ticket from the Connecticut Lottery, with chances to win up to $20,000.
Let's play.
I won!
You mean we won?
Oh, I gotta talk to my banker. My real banker.
You mean our real banker?
Park Place, here I come! Well, here we come. Use your game sense. Overall odds 1 in 3.67. Odds vary during game. Must be 18 or older to purchase. ctlottery.org. Monopoly is a trademark of Hasbro and is used with permission.
This is Cam Thiesing. Thank you for listening to Bridgeport Islanders Hockey.
7:13 to go in the first period. Islanders with a 2-0 lead on the first place Hershey Bears. 2 goals on 7 shots, and they both come from the defense. Isaiah George at 2:11, and then Sam Bolduc at 10:06. Housekeeping note, Callie Odelius and Liam Foodie have the assists on that Bolduc goal, and so Odelius is up to double digits with 10 assists on the year. For Liam Foodie, he continues to have a hot stretch, 11 points in his last 8 games, and he's hit the 30-point threshold this season. That officially puts him past Brian Pino for second on the team in points. Chris Terry leads the way with 39 points on the year. Terry, by the way, comes into this game on a 4-game scoring streak. Points in each of his last 4. He had a 3-game goal streak come to an end last night. He did pick up 2 assists. He's only 1 point away from tying Otto Koivula for second all-time in Bridgeport history in scoring. Something to keep an eye on. One of the many storylines here tonight. Islanders with the lead 2-0. They have the puck, and they'll bring it in. Send it down the right wing through the circle. Thompson was able to find Piercy. It didn't work out as they neared the top of the crease, so Spencer Smallman will softly play it in. The Islanders zone down the left wing, and he's wedged off by George. Isaiah George, talk about a guy who was tailing off a little bit in the National Hockey League his last couple of games, but he comes back to the AHL with as much confidence as anyone. Just getting that dose of the National Hockey League, playing very well for the most part. 5 points in 33 games, scored his first NHL goal. And a special night for him with a ton of family and friends in attendance at Scotiabank Arena, and a win over the Maple Leafs right before Christmas. Isaiah George with that shoot-first mentality that Sam Bolduc has had lately, and it's worked out for both of them here in the first period with goals. Chris Terry trying to filter one out front for Fashing. He's cut off by John McDonald. Brian Pino now keeps it deeper, got it to Terry, who centered it right there for Pino, but he fanned on the pass at the top of the crease. And then from a tough angle, the puck set in front, score! Volpe to Terry at the doorstep and just crossed the goal line. It's a 3-goal first period for the Islanders. And it's Chris of the year, his 14th goal over the goal line past the pads of Clay Stevenson. What a start for the Islanders, who lead 3-0. So it's a 5-game point streak for Chris Terry. And he is up to 14 goals, 26 assists, and a team leading 40 points on the year. That ties him with Dryden Hunt of the Calgary Wranglers for 4th in the league in scoring. He's only 5 behind San Jose's Andrew Podoralski, who leads the AHL with 45 points in 40 games. No one is really running away with the scoring title. Just past the halfway mark of the regular season across the AHL. Podoralski's got 45 points. Alex Belzil, the Hartford Wolfpack, is second with 43. Emil Bemstrom, Wilkes-Barre Scranton is 41. Now you got Dryden Hunt, Chris Terry tied for 4th this season with 40 points. And how about that? Of those top 5 in the league in points, 3 of them are playing in the Atlantic Division. Belzil with the Wolfpack, Bemstrom with the Penguins, Chris Terry with the Islanders. It shows you how tough the Atlantic is. Mike Scarbosa, left wing, couldn't get a shot through and angled off. Bardreau skate to the corner. Cam McDonald clamped down on a Bear. It was snuck through the slot anyway, and it comes all the way through. Ethan Bear, D-to-D for Brad Hunt. The left wing wall, turning and trying to fire one to the doorstep. It's Miroslnichenko. It didn't get through to Miska. Islanders get it out. 4:20 to go in the first. Scarbosa, a saucer pass ahead. Hit over the line slowly. Miroslnichenko fires a wrister in on target. It's held against the body of Miska to stop the play with 4:11 to go in the first. A 3-goal first period for the Bridgeport Islanders. They lead this game 3-0 over the Bears. We'll take a break and finish up the opening stanza after this on the Bridgeport Islanders Radio Network and AHL TV on FloHockey.
Inpopnito, the brand choice of locals. The Northeast's largest producer of handmade popcorn with flavors such as sea sprayed caramel, Newport pretzel and ale, truffle parmesan garlic, and buffalo breath. Need a stocking stuffer or Yankee swap? How about a unique employee or corporate gift? Inpopnito has gift baskets, sampler kits, tins, and more. Plus, corporate branding is available. Let Inpopnito make you the most popular gift giver this year. Support local, buy local, and experience the Inpopnito taste difference.
This is Tice Thompson. Thank you for listening to Bridgeport Islanders Hockey.
We're 11 to go in the first period. Islanders with a 3-0 lead. 8-5 are the shots in favor of the Islanders, who have spent more time in the offensive zone than the Bears certainly have. And plus the Islanders have been efficient. They've gotten the D involved. Goals from George and Bolduc, and then Chris Terry on a centering pass from Aiden Fulp has given the Islanders their third at 14:24 of the first period. Brian Pino with the secondary assist. It's him. 12 assists and 30 points on the year. The Islanders would love to take it to the Bears tonight. Still early in this game. Islanders lead at 3-0. Circle face-off between Thiesing and LaPierre, and Thiesing wins it back for the Isles. And going 11-7 in this game tonight. They're playing down a man right now, Justin Gill, out with an upper body injury. Travis Mitchell to the net, could not filter one through. Hunt comes out to the red line. Pierre Dubé will brush it in. And then here is Travis Mitchell, who gets taken to the corner glass by LaPierre. Playoffs MVP in the AHL a year ago. Islanders come back in, centering pass for Liukas. He deflects it off the chest of Stevenson. Prompted a rebound. Here come the Bears in transition. LaPierre zips to the interior, off of a stick out to Iorio. His shot kicked away, but a penalty is coming up against the Isles. It'll be an interference minor with 3:27 to go. And Etu Liukas, you hear him in the background, arguing his case against referee Jordan Deckard. And it's an interference minor on Liukas to give the Bears their first power play of the night. Bears had 7 power plays last night. Islanders' penalty kill was exceptional, going 7 for 7. That raised their average, or it raised their percentage to 75.6 on the season. Still 30th in the league. But it's it tanked down that far after allowing a power play goal on 8 straight up until last night. Hershey's power play on the season, 18th in the league. 7 power play goals in its last 8 games. They'll set up, and here's LaPierre, right wing. The point for Bear. LaPierre, near corner. Right side, stick handling and having to look. And then Bear out high across for Scarbosa. Bear's leading scorer. Got it right back for Bear. Left circle, played it to the crease and ramped off the stick and into the right wing corner. LaPierre has a catch down low with Limoges. Limoges headed to his first All-Star Classic this weekend as well. Finds LaPierre, back to Limoges. Curls on the forehand and then put a shot off the outside of the right post. Puck slides up the wing. It's Brian Pino trying to move it around Bear, but cannot. Scarbosa left circle to the front. After some chaos, it is cleared by Bolduc. Islanders will make a wholesale change, and onto the ice come Thiesing, Mitchell, George, and Foodie. Halfway through this penalty on Liukas for interference. 2:22 to go in the frame. Islanders with a 3-goal lead here in the first as it's Vecchione to the red line, hands it off to Mirosnichenko. Bogdan Trinyev, the big 6'5" forward, slips past Thiesing. Now it's rotated back around by Vecchione. The left point, Hunt slides it down the wall, gets it right back from Mirosnichenko. Right side, alone is Vecchione. He'll inch in through the circle, back out high, Hunt across, Mirosnichenko with a hard shot, and that one finds the back glass. 25 seconds to go on the penalty. Vecchione to the left circle. And Mirosnichenko flubbed a pass, got it to the slot anyway, and now it comes right back his direction. He's taken down by Mitchell. Crowd arguing for a call that they won't get. Here's Vecchione, right corner. Out high, Hunt loads across, one-time shot, and a good paddle save there for Miska on Mirosnichenko. He will turn 21 years of age on Tuesday and a hat trick last night. Liukas out of the box, Islanders kill it off. Vecchione to the front of the net with a pass that went off the stick, and then a slap shot misses wide right from Hunt. Vecchione down the right wing wall to the front, getting a stick on it was Trinyev. Again, Trinyev scores! It's Bogdan Trinyev who was denied on a deflection. The puck came back to him, and the 22-year-old Russian scored his 10th goal of the season. Former 4th-round draft pick, who makes it a 3-1 hockey game with 69 seconds to go in the period. Now Trinyev on a centering pass deflected a shot off of Miska. The rebound came free. It was immediately thrown back to the front of the net from below the left circle, and that's where Trinyev cashes in his 13th point, 10 goals, 3 assists. It's only his 36th game of the year tonight. He missed 7 back in November with an injury. Comes back, makes it a 3-1 hockey game here. Puck out of play with 1:03 to go. Faceoff will come out to center. Just joining us, Isaiah George scored 2:11 into this game. Of course he did. He's returned from a 33-game stint in the NHL. Sam Bolduc made it 2-0. Chris Terry then 3-0 Islanders. Just inside of the 15-minute mark of this first period. And now Trinyev has gotten at least one of the goals back for the Bears. As Pino brings it in. Timing was thrown off, so it is offside on the Islanders with 47 seconds to go. Kowalski will send down Tice Thompson, Cole Barndreau, and Liam Foodie. Barndreau will take this draw. Thompson to his right, Foodie to his left. Defensively, it is Bolduc and the 20-year-old Callie Odelius, who has an assist in this game, still looking for his first goal. Bears win the draw and get it to the Islanders' zone. Rescued there by Odelius. The pass straight north from Thompson, hoping for Foodie, and he missed the mark. So icing is called. 34.9 seconds to go in the first period. Bears goal coming at 18:51 of the first period, assisted by Mirosnichenko and Vecchione. Mike Vecchione, 31-year-old in his 8th full season. Spent time with Lehigh Valley and, of course, Hershey. To 28 points on the year. He's had 36 or more in 6 of his 7 pro seasons so far. Much of the offense runs through Mike Vecchione, as well as Ivan Mirosnichenko, who had the primary assist on that goal. He's up to 22 points in 26 games. 30 seconds to go in the first period. Left circle face-off won by the Bears. Iorio right side, a shot prompted a rebound, and it's brushed away from the crease by Bolduc. On to Foodie, he'll take it for his skate up to the red line, and dumps it in. Directs it around the boards and twists on from Mirosnichenko, who gets it out. Icing waved off as Bolduc goes back after it. 8 seconds to go, now 7. Islanders up 3-1. Bolduc is just going to hold the puck behind his net, shadowed by Scarbosa. But the horn will sound, and overall an extremely well-played first period for the Bridgeport Islanders, who scored 3 times on just 10 shots. The Bears with 1 goal on 11 shots. Bolduc, George, Chris Terry all score goals. The Islanders' penalty kill is 1 for 1. Hunter Miska with 10 saves on 11 shots in the opening period of action. Well, plenty more to come, but a good start for the Islanders tonight. We're up 3-1 after 20. We'll take a break. We'll have the first intermission report for you next. A very busy out-of-town scoreboard again. We've got 30 of the American Hockey League's 32 teams in action tonight. The final night before the All-Star break. A lot of players all over the country are going to head to Palm Desert, California. We'll talk about the All-Star Classic and how you can watch it as well. Coming up this weekend, tomorrow's the skills competition. Monday night, the 3-on-3 All-Star Challenge. Talk about that again. The out-of-town scoreboard as well, brought to you by Coors Light, is on tap after this break. Islanders lead 3-1 after 1. This is Islanders Hockey, powered by Yale New Haven Health.
Our mission is simple. Create the best tasting cocktail flavors ever. We select only real natural botanicals. Spices from the East, fruits from the tropics, distilled, macerated, and percolated in our Lucas Bowls distillery. The result? A flavor true to nature, delicious and sophisticated, which simply make the best tasting cocktails. Bowls, the original spirit of Amsterdam.
And the Islanders take this one from UBS Arena, Belmont Park.
Talkin' Isles, the official podcast of the New York Islanders, brings you stories from all across Isles Nation. Hear from special guests, team alumni, and the voices of the game. Produced by WRHU Radio Hofstra University. Talkin' Isles. That's talkin' without the G. New episodes released every other Wednesday.
How do you treat a preterm baby and her sleep-deprived parents? How do you use tumor profiling to personalize cancer therapies? How do you help ensure the safety of one of the most important vaccines in generations? With the greatest of care. It's how our nurses, caregivers, and our acclaimed doctors do their jobs every single day. We are Yale New Haven Health, and we're here for you with the greatest of care.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SavedByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SavedByTheScan.org. It could save your life.
It takes fight to be a full-time fan. There'll be early check-ins and late shifts, good days and bad ones. But you'll never quit because you're in this together. It won't always be easy, but when you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
The Port Jeff Ferry presents the sounds of your instant vacation. It's the instant vacation for you, your family, and your car. The instant you drive or walk on board the Port Jeff Ferry, relax and unwind. Of course, you could drive around to Long Island and discover the joys of traffic and detours. And then the kids in the back seat with those little questions.
Are we there yet?
And, of course, those little side trips.
I have to go to the bathroom.
And those little medical issues.
I have a headache. My tummy hurts.
When you're traveling to and from Long Island this summer, remember, it's the instant vacation aboard the Port Jeff Ferry, where all kids 12 and under with parent or guardian ride free.
Yay!
So if you're tired of hearing this...
Timmy's looking at me.
Maybe it's time to hear things like this.
Look! There's a lighthouse.
The Port Jeff Ferry, your instant vacation. When it comes to summer fun, don't miss the boat.
What could you do with a cash-out refinance from Total Mortgage? You could use the money to consolidate debt. Or you could use it for home improvements. Or put your equity to work by investing it in stocks, bonds, or even a new business venture. Or simply save the money for the future. Call Total Mortgage to see how much cash you can take out and ask about our no closing cost options. Total Mortgage. Mortgage easier.
Power Station Events is your one-stop source for just about everything you need to make your next event a success. Entertainment, photography, video production, lighting, staging, amusements, and much more. Power Station Events, it's all right here.
Coke with coffee. We blended Coke with rich coffee for one very good reason. Your afternoon pick-me-up routine needed it. Simple as that. Coke with coffee.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work.
Sorry, I'm late.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org.
Would you like sparkling or tap?
Well, actually...
Dad, no. Showtime.
We brought our own, filtered by Culligan's reverse osmosis system.
Every time?
Like clockwork.
Do you guys want glasses for that?
Yeah.
At Culligan, we get that most people don't think about water like we do, and that's okay. See, when we install a drinking water filtration system, we're thinking about filtering up to 60 potentially harmful contaminants, so you can just think about drinking safer, better tasting water. At Culligan, we think about your water, so you don't have to.
X-rays, penicillin, even chemotherapy were all pioneered right here at the Yale School of Medicine. And you know what's also right here? Yale New Haven Health. This is where you can benefit from its affiliation with one of the best medical schools in the world, which is also why a lot of the best minds in medicine choose to work here, and why more people from Connecticut choose to be treated here. Yale New Haven Health, with the greatest of care.
For top quality floors at rock bottom prices, come to Floor & Decor.
If you haven't been to Floor & Decor before, this is the time to go.
Wow, I cannot believe this selection.
I can get great prices at Floor & Decor every single day.
Tile, porcelain, slate, hardwoods, laminates. They've got every option that you can possibly imagine.
For the price, for the quality, to me it's a no-brainer.
Run, don't walk, trust me, go. Floor & Decor.
I'm Liam Foodie, and this is Bridgeport Islanders Hockey.
Welcome back to Giant Center in Chocolatetown, USA. It's Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's a 3-1 lead for the Bridgeport Islanders after 20 minutes. What a start. Isles built a 3-0 lead on goals from Isaiah George, Sam Bolduc, and then Chris Terry. His 14th goal of the year. His team leading 40th point, currently tied for 4th among all players in the AHL. First two goals came from defensemen. It's been a big topic of discussion for the Islanders, trying to get more from their D, more pucks on net. It's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. And the Islanders got a couple of long shots towards the net that worked out on goals from against Clay Stevenson. George just 2-11 in, assisted by Tyce Thompson and Cole Bardreau. Sam Bolduc from Kallio Delius and Liam Foodie. And then Chris Terry from Aiden Fulp and Brian Pino. So, I think I just said 9 different names, which means the Islanders have 9 players who have found the score sheet so far. They're building towards a game like they had on November the 15th, which was their last trip to Hershey prior to last night, when the Islanders won 6-1 in this building and had points from 14 different players. Again, not there yet, but we're trending in that direction. You'll love to see the Islanders spread out the wealth and get everyone involved. Right now, all of the lines are contributing, the D are contributing, and it's a great opening 20 minutes to talk about Also for Hunter Misko, who's trying to bounce back after a rough outing on Wednesday. He made 10 saves on 11 shots in the first 20 minutes. Hershey outshot Bridgeport 11-10. The Bears had the only power play when Etu Liukas went to the box for interference. It was at 16:33 of the first period, and the Islanders were able to kill it off. Game high 3 shots on goal for Hershey's Pierrick Dubé. A couple of shots for Trinyev, Mirosnichenko, and Iorio. For the Islanders, 2 shots for George and Liukas to lead the way. And speaking of Trinyev for the Bears, he's got their only goal, his 10th of the season, assisted by Mirosnichenko and Vecchione at 18:51 of the first period. So that's the tail of the tape after 20 minutes here in Hershey. Islanders with a 3-1 lead over the Bears, who, like everyone else in the AHL, will have some time off after this game tonight. The league will, in essence, take a pause while the American Hockey League's All-Star Classic goes out to Palm Desert, California, in a celebration tomorrow and Monday. The AHL skills competition is tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Eastern. 7 o'clock Pacific, and 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific on Monday as well, for the 3-on-3 round-robin format All-Star Challenge, where the divisions compete head-to-head to take on what is obviously no points are awarded, but they'll battle it out for the winning division in the All-Star Classic, which always has a little bit of prestige to go with it. Always a lot of fun, and Brian Pino happy to go out to California tomorrow, and he'll be out in the skills competition tomorrow night, as will Hershey's Ethan Bear and Alex Limoges, who will represent the 2-time defending, or the back-to-back 13-time Calder Cup champion Hershey Bears. And those 2 players will head out to join Brian Pino for the Atlantic Division. So they're rivals here tonight, but they will be friends and teammates tomorrow, and they'll go for the same common good for the Atlantic Division this weekend. By the way, you can watch the American Hockey League's All-Star Classic festivities live a couple of different ways. AHL TV on FloHockey will have the live stream, so if you're watching on FloHockey right now, you can head over to FloHockey tomorrow for the skills competition and Monday for the All-Star Classic. You can also watch on NHL Network. Both nights will be shown live on NHL Network. Plus, if you're in Canada, TSN and RDS will also have live coverage of those events. AHL All-Star Classic is brought to you by Spotlight 29 Casino. More information at the league's website, theahl.com, or also BridgeportIslanders.com. And you can follow along Brian Pino in his first AHL All-Star Classic. Excited to go out there, and for some it seems like somewhat of a burden. You kind of lose out on the free days off in the break, but if you get the All-Star honor, it is just that. It is an honor. It's a great thing for young guys, those who are trying to make the NHL, those who are developing in the American Hockey League, but also for guys who are veterans at this level. You think of a guy like Chris Terry, who, yes, has played more than 150 NHL games, but he's a 5-time AHL All-Star, one of the best to ever do it in this league. And talked to him this morning. He said, whenever you get a chance to represent the league as a whole, but certainly your team, and do it at a high level and in an event that's broadcast all over the country and even in Canada, and it's really special, and it's important. It's a chance to get your family out to wherever the event is taking place and let them soak it in as well. It's as much for these players as it is for their families. And I know Brian Pino's got his wife, Kate, headed out to Palm Desert tomorrow, and he'll have some family friends in attendance as well. So again, congratulations to Brian Pino, and looking forward to watching him this weekend. We'll pivot now to our American Hockey League out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Coors Light. We've got 15 games total in the league this evening. Everyone in the Atlantic Division playing except for Lehigh Valley, who got an early start to their break. They went into the All-Star break after their win in Bridgeport on Wednesday. But it's Charlotte and Wilkes-Barre Scranton tied 2-2 right now in the third period in Charlotte, North Carolina. Elsewhere, the Providence Bruins lead the Cleveland Monsters 2-1 in Cleveland after one. Springfield is in Des Moines for the second straight night. The Thunderbirds lead the Iowa Wild over in the Central Division 2-1 after one from Wells Fargo Arena. Utica paces Belleville 1-0 after one at CAA Arena tonight. Colorado in Grand Rapids and up big 3-0 after one. Later on tonight, Manitoba visits Chicago. Rockford hosts Milwaukee. Coachella Valley, which is going to host the All-Star Classic this weekend, but they're on the road here tonight, finishing up a 2-game set with the Texas Stars in Cedar Park. San Jose hosting Henderson. Ontario hosting the Tucson Roadrunners. Also got Calgary in Abbotsford tonight. And Bakersfield hosts the Toronto Marlies, who are finishing up a 10-day, 3-week road trip. Earlier today, the Hartford Wolfpack blew a lead and did get a point in a 5-4 overtime loss to Laval. It was Jack Eye who scored the OT winner with then just 10 seconds remaining in that extra period. The Syracuse Crunch fell in overtime at home to the Rochester Americans 4-3 on an Isak Rosean goal, just 29 seconds in. In the NHL, the New York Islanders starting off a back-to-back set in Florida. Tampa Bay Lightning tonight, Florida Panthers tomorrow. Right now, the Islanders and Lightning are scoreless, 0-0. In a game that has concluded the first period. It's about to start the second. Jakub Skarek backing up Ilya Sorokin tonight. We'll see how the weekend plays out, but Jakub Skarek still looking for his National Hockey League debut. Curious to see if Patrick Waugh turns to him tomorrow in South Florida against the Panthers. You never know, but we'll see what happens there. Right now, Ilya Sorokin in net in a scoreless game. And in the ECHL, the Worcester Railers, after they earned a win last night over Adirondack, they have the night off before battling again tomorrow. Islanders here in Hershey with a 3-1 lead after 20 minutes on goals from George Bolduc and Chris Terry. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be back on the other side with the second period, which will see us start right back up at 5-on-5. Islanders Hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health on the Islanders Radio Network and AHL TV on FloHockey.
And the Islanders take this one from UBS Arena, Belmont Park.
Talkin' Isles, the official podcast of the New York Islanders, brings you stories from all across Isles Nation. Hear from special guests, team alumni, and the voices of the game. Produced by WRHU Radio Hofstra University. Talkin' Isles. That's talkin' without the G. New episodes released every other Wednesday.
This is defenseman Travis Mitchell, and you're listening to Bridgeport Islanders Hockey.
Islanders lead the Bears 3-1 entering the second period. Welcome back to Giant Center in downtown Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'm Alan Furing. It's the free AHL TV on FloHockey social game of the week, so welcome to a wider audience tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast so far. Thanks for tuning in. Islanders with a 3-goal lead to start, 3-0, but Bogdan Triniev got the Bears back to within 2, scoring his 10th of the year with just 1:09 left in that first period. No rollover penalties, so we'll start 5-on-5 here in the second. Hunter Miska moves to the net to my left. Islanders in the blues, skating left to right. Cam Thiesing at center ice wins the faceoff back. Mitchell ahead for Tyce Thompson. He tried to get it deep, but it skipped up into the Bridgeport bench. Fell right at the feet of Cole Bardreau here on the near side. Reached down, picked the puck up off his bench, threw it back onto the ice. We'll line him back up at the center circle as we did 5 seconds ago. This time the Bears win the faceoff and they storm him. Shot Mirosnichenko, rode up off the stick of Mitchell and went wide. Ness at the point, across for Iorio. He'll chop it down the right wing wall. And then Mitchell gets together behind his own net. Vecchione turning shot here, missed from Scarbosa. Miska went for a save, nudged the right wing post, and it came way out of place. And so a whistle to put the net back onto its spot, just 23 seconds into the second. Hunter Misko with 10 saves on 11 shots in that first period. He'll see a face-off to his right. Keep the draw in the Islanders zone. And appeared to come off pretty easily. He'll put it right back on its place. Face-off coming up. It was scheduled to be between Sgarbossa and Thiesing, but the rookie out of Ohio State, Thiesing, is asked to leave. So Tyce Thompson steps in. And one back by Sgarbossa. Aaron Ness has a look, takes a sharp angle shot. It sticks to the body of Misko with 28 seconds gone in the second period. Well, Hopscotch Air is a proud partner of the Islanders this season, designed to return sanity to air travel. Hopscotch Air is a transformative air taxi service with safe, efficient, and affordable private air transportation. The message is simple: get to the airport, get on the plane, and get to where you're going. And at Grillo, the linesman having a little trouble dropping the puck here in the left circle. This time he will get it down, and it's one back by Pino. Bolduc advances it to Fasching, and he'll tap it well through center and into the Bears zone for an easy icing call by the linesman. 35 seconds into the second. Choppy start to this period. Islanders lead 3-1. I was looking to snap a 3-game slide here tonight. Bears trying to pick up a point for the 9th time in 10 games heading into the break. Both teams, as everyone else in the AHL that's playing their final game before All-Star. Islanders opening up a 10-game slate in February. Off the face-off, and the puck came to the slot. Limoges got a shot off that went high, but he got hit in the face, and a high-sticking penalty has been called. Off the face-off right circle, it slid right to the slot. Limoges lifted a shot up and over the crossbar as he got hit in the face by Chris Terry's stick. And Terry goes to the box. Hershey will have its second power play. Cole Bardreau arguing the Islanders' side here. Trying to say that it should not have been called a high stick, but to no avail. We're going to have the second Hershey power play just 40 seconds into this frame. Chris Terry went to the box for high sticking late last night's game. And in a frustrating night in which the Islanders felt like most of the calls that were assessed against them should not have been penalties. Culmination of frustrations for Chris Terry. Broke his stick over the backside of the Bears crossbar. He's given a 10-minute misconduct for that, so he ended last night's game with 12 penalty minutes. He's in the box serving a high-sticking minor here early in the second. Bears on the power play, 0 for 1 so far. Ethan Bear walks the blue line, hands it off. Sgarbossa with a shot. Save. Miska rebound available at first, and then Dubé put it right back into the pads of Miska. Miska with a couple of saves there in the opening 23 seconds of the power play. 23 in white. That is Mike Sgarbossa, 32-year-old in his 13th pro season. Two-time AHL All-Star, leading the Bears with 31 points. Produced a rebound for Pierrick Dubé. Left circle face-off here, and the false start will rack them back up with 1:04 gone in the second. Sam Bolduc along with Brian Pino, Aiden Volp and Cole Bardreau make up the 4-man kill. Face-off, one neatly back by Pino away from Riley Sutter. The Islanders clear. It comes all the way down to my right. Stop behind the Bears net by Clay Stevenson. Start of the game very shaky. Settled in a little bit. Here comes Sgarbossa dancing over the center logo. Into the Islanders zone. Tapped out to Ethan Bear. And across the far side, Vecchione plays it to the corner. LaPierre comes back out high with it. Sgarbossa steps. Leaves it for Bear. Flubs a pass across, it came right to Foudy. He was caught flat-footed. He'll get the wheels turning, but had no chance of a breakaway that time. Sealed off at the Hershey blue line. He'll just play it back voluntarily into his own zone. And Sam Bolduc gets it deep. It allows the Islanders to eat some clock and make a change. 2 minutes gone in the second. By the way, the penalty they assist on Chris Terry was a 4-minute double minor for high sticking, not a 2-minute minor penalty. So the Bears not only will have the 2-minute power play, but they'll get the extra 2 as well. We're 30 seconds away from the first portion expiring. Vecchione gave it to teammate Dubé, gets it right back, right circle, pass across, shot, Mirosnichenko, rebound, score! And that goal comes 18 seconds ahead of getting to the back half of the double minor, and so the Islanders will remain shorthanded in a 3-2 game. Isles still lead, but Mirosnichenko scores his 4th goal of the weekend. 4 goals in the last 5 periods. This time from the right circle, a pass was fed across by Vecchione. Mirosnichenko moving through the circle, got a shot off that was turned back by Miska, but the rebound came to 20-year-old Mirosnichenko. He scores, and Mirosnichenko's got goal number 12 on the year. So now we head into the second half of this double minor. Stretch pass here, and the Islanders let a bear in behind them. They score! Spencer Smallman snuck in behind the Islanders' defense from the blue line. The Bears score on both ends of the double minor to tie it at 3. That was a lapse in judgment for the Isles, who were at the blue line, and Spencer Smallman snuck in behind Sam Bolduc from the right side. It was a stretch pass through the neutral zone, and Smallman receives, skating to the right circle, and scores goal 7 on the year. And what was a 3-0 Islanders lead at 14:24 of the first period has been entirely erased. 17:20 to go in the second. 2 quick ones for the Bears. Those power play goals coming just 16 seconds apart. Mirosnichenko's 12th, Smallman's 7th of the year. Chris Terry was calling for a double minor for high sticking, and the Bears scored twice on those power plays. So it's a brand new hockey game here in Hershey tonight. Isles calling for icing, and it's how well as they played in the first period, the Bears have played that much better here in the second. And the Islanders really have to be careful here. They're on their heels. Right circle face-off for the Bears in the offensive zone. Pass to the slot. Triniev had his stick broken. He'll just skate over and run into Travis Mitchell using his shoulder without a stick. Then grabs the stick off the bench, steps in, shoots, rebound that Miska left, and then a collision back behind him between Riley Piercy and Cruikshank, and the net comes way out of place. And so that brings us to another whistle with 16:47 to go in the period. And the Islanders are on their heels. Triniev this time came in left side, snapped his shot in on goal. Miska made the save. The rebound got away from him, but just behind him, Riley Piercy ran into Grant Cruikshank, who was up from the South Carolina Stingrays of the ECHL. Cruikshank went flying into the Islanders' vacant net because Miska was at the top of the crease, a little off to the side of it, thankfully, or that would have hurt. No penalties. We continue on at 5-on-5. Face off in the Islanders zone, and Bridgeport now gets it. Travis Mitchell lifts it to center as they announce the Mirosnichenko goal at 2:23, which was followed by the Smallman goal 16 seconds later. 3-3 score here in Hershey. And here comes Piercy through the center circle. And he'll skip it in just outside of the Hershey net. Goes in hard after it himself. Nearly created a loose puck at the doorstep. The Bears recover. Behind the net, it's Vinny Iorio, 22-year-old British Columbia, who sends it ahead on for Scarbosa. He'll weave his way around Liukis, right circle. Pulls up, played it through the slot. Forced even deeper, one hand on the stick for Ness, back out high, slap shot Iorio, kicked back by Miska. Rebound came to Bardreau, and he'll look to spring Liukis in down the left side. Winds up coming into the left corner. Liukis checked into the wall by Ness. Bardreau's pass to the point, got through Warren. The Islanders have the puck, and they'll reset in their zone. 15.5 to go in the second. Stretch pass here, redirected off of Fashing's blade. And it goes straight to the crease where Stevenson will cover. 15:29 to go in the second. Islanders let a 3-goal lead get away. 3-3 game. Rick Kowalski trying to regather his troops, get everyone kind of re-energized here in a way. The Bears have come out with more energy to start this frame. On the other side, veteran head coach Todd Nelson, 55-year-old in his 3rd season behind the Bears bench. He's won back-to-back Calder Cup championships coming into this season with Hershey. 4-time AHL All-Star head coach, most in league history, and was just 1 game away, 1 loss in late December away from becoming a 5-time AHL All-Star coach. As Sam Bolduc will play the puck into the right corner. Angles off the wall and around to Iorio, who lifts it out. Bolduc swats it back ahead. Islanders had to touch up first, though, and so that allowed some open ice for Aaron Ness to get it out. And now a lead pass played by Vecchione, and it is an offside whistle. 14:51 to go in the second. And the Bears are in first place right now. The rule is how they pick the coaches for the All-Star Classic, 1 per division, is whichever team leads their division by points percentage. Points percentage, not outright points. That team's coach will represent the division at the All-Star Classic. The Bears had a game against the Charlotte Checkers just before New Year's on December the 29th that they lost 1-0 to Charlotte. If they had won that game, Todd Nelson would have represented the Atlantic Division. Here's Saunier, left circle across, and a shot right side. Dupé is turned away by Miska. And now off to the races comes Foudy. Foudy shot out of a cannon in, straight at Stevenson, and he lost the puck right at the crease. Didn't get a shot off, he ran out of track. And then it's Mitchell, long shot, and that is squeezed against the body of Stevenson with 14:14 to go. Boy, Liam Foudy caught a lead pass, took the puck 1-on-2 through center, but just absolutely blew past the Bears D-men. He split Ethan Bear and also Brad Hunt. And as he bared down on Stevenson, went forehand, backhand, he tried to cut back to the forehand, and the puck rolled on him. And he ran out of track and couldn't get a shot on Stevenson. 3 breakaways now the last couple of days. He's yet to score on those for Liam Foudy. Finishing up that thought, by the way, on the coaches in the All-Star Classic, it's the best points percentage for a team at New Year's, at January the 1st, New Year's Day. So whichever team has the top points percentage in their division at New Year's Day, that's the coach that represents. And again, Todd Nelson was a 1-0 loss away from having the best points percentage, the Hershey Bears, and then ending up going to Palm Desert. So that actually allowed Charlotte's Jordy Kinnear to represent the Atlantic Division this weekend, because Charlotte, by virtue of that 1-0 win, ended up having the better points percentage, which is just ahead of Hershey and also the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Kirk McDonald has done an excellent job for the Penguins, and he's got them certainly in a position to be considered a favorite in the Atlantic in the back half of the season heading into April's Calder Cup playoffs. 13 minutes to go in the second period. Islanders, Bears tied at 3. Miska out of the net to stop it. It's rotated up the right wing, kept in by Iorio. By the way, happy to report that Justin Gill is back on the ice here. What I believe is his first shift since he was banged up early in this game back in the first period. And it looked like it was going to be a tough injury. But we didn't want to speculate. We hoped it was not as bad as it looked, and that appears to be the case, because Justin Gill has returned to this game, which is a terrific sign. Here's Scarbosa, drags left circle, and a shot rode up off Rodelius' stick. Went wide of the net, comes around to the right corner. Scarbosa back on it. Got his nose in there, took it away from Bolduc. Bolduc then will cancel him out, staying with the Bears veteran. Hudson Fasching will lightly tap it in down the left side of Bears territory. 12 minutes to go in the second. Tied at 3. Isaiah George from the red line, trying to play it in towards Stevenson. That was cut off by Ethan Bear. And into his first AHL All-Star Classic. It's in his first AHL stint in 6 years. Here comes Mirosnichenko. Above the left wing hash marks, trying to drop it off for Hunt. Read well by Pino. He gets it out. Shot right back in by Nicky Lieberman. Reverse to the left corner. Travis Mitchell outlets it near Maggio. He's given a rough ride by Lieberman. Here comes LaPierre in left side. Cuts back left circle. Angles it to the blue line. Bears make a change in tight quarters. Saunier slap shot goes off of his stick and wide into the left wing corner. Not sure it ever made it to Miska as it was altered in the slot by Vecchione. Islanders are called for icing. 11:13 to play. Second period action here tonight in Chocolatetown. 3-3 the score. Isles have an exhausted group onto the ice. And Pino, Maggio, George Mitchell, and Terry. Chris Terry with that third Islanders goal. 179th point as a member of the Bridgeport Islanders. Is tied with Otto Koivula for second on the team's all-time list. It's in points. He's also climbing the ranks in goals. Chris Terry with 71 goals now. That ties him with Jeff Tambellini for fourth on the all-time list. Puts him just one behind Trevor Smith for third. Just amazing the pace that Chris Terry has set, not only with Bridgeport in the last 2.5 years, but in his AHL career overall. He's the all-time active leader in goals and points. He's just scored his 325th career goal at this great level. 10.5 to go in the second. 3-3 game as Foodie will wedge McDonald into the near corner wall. I guess we have two McDonalds in this game. That was John McDonald for the Bears. Cam McDonald for the Islanders. At least tonight we don't have Aiden Fulp against Luke Philp. Had a good corner battle last night in the game between Fulp and Philp. Fulp and Philp don't have to worry about those two here in this one. Luke Philp for the Bears is under the weather. Margeau will curl the puck around the right wing wall. Got past Liukis, and it also snuck out to center around Cam McDonald. Halfway through regulation. An entirely new hockey game after the Islanders led 3-0. It's now 3-3. In down the left side. Snapshot in on goal for Liukis. Stevenson with the save and no rebound that time. 9:45 to go in the second. 3-3 tonight in Chocolatetown. Islanders hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health on the Bridgeport Islanders Radio Network and AHL TV on FloHockey.
Total Mortgage started in 1997 in a small Connecticut office. We helped 30 families buy a home that year. And since then, we've been focused on lending with the quality and care that our buyers deserve. That simple mission has allowed us to thrive. Now, we're a national lender with local roots. Over 100,000 families have worked with us, and Connecticut is our home, and we want it to be your home too. So choose Connecticut's #1 mortgage lender. Choose Total Mortgage.
This is goalie Jakub Škarek, and you are listening to Bridgeport Islanders Hockey.
.45 to go in the second period. Islanders and Bears are tied at 3. Well, these two teams will do it one more time during the regular season. Their 6th and final meeting will take place at Total Mortgage Arena. They'll wrap up the season series March the 26th. It'll be a 7 o'clock puck drop at Total Mortgage Arena. Islanders are in game 2 of a 3-game road trip here. They will return from the All-Star break with their 3rd and final game of this trip in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania next Friday. 1 week from tonight is their next home game. It's Battle of the Bands at Total Mortgage Arena. Pretty cool promotion. Islanders taking on the Charlotte Checkers next Saturday night. A pre-game battle between 5 local bands. The winner, as voted by you, the fans, will perform at Fan Appreciation Weekend coming up in April. 9.5 to go in the second period. 3-3 deadlock. As we get back at it, digging at the puck in the left corner is Fashing. It's Pride free, but out of the zone. It's going to go all the way down, and Cam McDonald races onto it, cuts off Cruikshank. And then Cruikshank will steal it away, trying to center. Couldn't quite get it to an oncoming Triniaev. Had a Full head of steam, and that was like a train coming straight in on Sam Bolduc. Was able to sidestep a potential hit. Now he'll lift it in. Stop behind the Bears net to my right. Stevenson leaves it for Ethan Bear. 27-year-old, 8th-year pro. Former Oiler, Hurricane, Canuck, and Cap in the National Hockey League. Bear with a stretch pass deflects in deep in the Islanders zone. Isaiah George will play it over to the far corner. Travis Mitchell couldn't advance it very far as he played it into the legs of Bear. Bear to Sutter. Centering pass went off the outside of the net. Gets it back. And now the Bears come out high with it. And it's Strome on for Ethan Bear. Rotate it behind the Islanders net. George applied a hit on Sutter. Just came back from injury after missing 13. Returned to the lineup last night. Brad Hunt across, and it's Bear who holds. Back across to Hunt. And then the puck deflects out of the zone. Way out of the crease to play it. Goaltender Clay Stevenson off the glass and out. And then Sutter taps it in. 8 minutes to go in the second period. Centering pass for the Bears, intercepted by Maggio. Matt Maggio will dump it in softly on the left wing. Gives chase on his own dump in. The first one there to touch it around was Ness. Then Iorio ahead for Scarbosa. He comes in left side. Cuts to the middle. Pass over for Mirosnichenko out of his reach. And then he'll toss it behind the Islanders net after he gathered it off the end wall. Tyce Thompson receives it. Skates it out to center. Changes sides. The pass over for Foudy. He'll direct it in deep. Swirled around to Scarbosa. A little flick pass on for Mirosnichenko. Head down. Darts it over the Islanders line. Goes over to the right wing. Knocked off balance by Warren. Gets back up. Plays the puck out high. Long shot. Produced a rebound. Still loose at the crease. Miska trying to cover. Never could. But it's poked back behind the goal line as Fulp blocks down on the shoulder of Vecchione. And now the net gets knocked over on top of Miska. And that can't sit well with the Islanders as Fulp, Warren, Tyce Thompson all mix it up with Scarbosa and Mirosnichenko. One of the Bears knocked the back of the net forward onto Hunter Miska, which is also is always a dangerous situation and one that you're hoping Miska's okay in. It looks like he's all right. Vecchione gets called for a penalty. He comes to the penalty box and slams his stick 3 or 4 times against the glass. And if the fans are upset about that penalty, they should have seen last night's game and all the calls that benefited them. Vecchione knocked the net over on top of Hunter Miska. See what kind of minor penalty they hand out. Vecchione skated to the penalty box and slammed the blade of his stick about 4 times up against the glass. Two-handing it. Now he's saying, what in the world did I do? The Islanders are going to get their first power play of the entire night right here with 7:02 to go in the second. An opportunity to retake the lead. Isles Hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health on the Islanders Radio Network and AHL TV on FloHockey.
Inpopnito, the brand choice of locals. The Northeast's largest producer of handmade popcorn with flavors such as sea sprayed caramel, Newport pretzel and ale, truffle parmesan garlic, and buffalo breath. Need a stocking stuffer or Yankee swap? How about a unique employee or corporate gift? Inpopnito has gift baskets, sampler kits, tins, and more. Plus, corporate branding is available. Let Inpopnito make you the most popular gift giver this year. Support local, buy local, and experience the Inpopnito taste difference.
This is defenseman Seth Helgeson. Thank you for listening to the Bridgeport Islanders Radio Network.
.702 to go in the second period. Islanders and Bears are tied at 3. The Islanders have not had a power play yet tonight. Up until now, and a chance to retake the lead after the Bears scored on both ends of a Chris Terry double minor for high sticking right off the jump here in the second. Mike Vecchione has been assessed a goaltender interference minor. We're showing the replay now on the big board, and the fans, you can hear them in the background unhappy. The fans, I'm sure, are arguing that Aiden Fulp ran Vecchione into the goal, which knocked it forward and onto Hunter Miska. The Islanders Bears are going to try to retake the lead here with the power play goal. We'll see if they can do it. Terry on the face-off, puts it out to Bolduc. Out high, Terry to Bolduc again. Long shot, and that one sails wide past the top right corner. 6:50 to go in the second as the Islanders keep it in with Pino, right wing. And then Terry's pass out to the line, got through Bolduc. 1:37 to go in the penalty. 6.5 left in the second period as the Islanders bring it ahead to the center ice logo. Terry crosses it over to Bolduc, and he'll curl the puck around. Thompson in the right corner. It's taken to the glass by Iorio. He'll sneak past Pino at the right point and comes down. Hunter Miska stops the puck. As the crowd there in the background continues to chant not so nice things. And our referees Jordan Deckard and Chris Conway. Questionable calls last night. Almost all of them benefited the Bears. They went 0 for 7 on the power play. Sam Bolduc back pedals into his own end here as this penalty is down to 49 seconds. Bolduc cross to Thiesing. Isles are going to get that second unit on. Maggio, Gill, Thiesing. It's Foodie. Now onto the ice comes O'Dellies. Isles come in. Bears take it away and clear. Ethan Bear collides with Spencer Smallman in their zone. Both players went down and now hop back up. Go to the bench for a change. 26 seconds to go on the goaltender interference penalty against Vecchione. Thiesing from the blue line, taps it in down the right side. Maggio squeezed off the puck by Ness. Thiesing right wing to Gill. Gill steps, right circle, trying to get it to the interior. It's kept to the outside by the Bears. O'Dellies near side. Gill with a one-timer, and it's a left pad save for Stevenson. Comes to the corner. Maggio skips it to the front, comes all the way through. Foodie to the point. Out of the box comes Vecchione. Islanders are 0 for 1 on the power play. Bears looking for a way in left side. Saunier was denied by George. George erased that attack. Sends it over to Foodie. Foodie touches it in. 4:40 to go in a lively second period now. 2 goals scored in this frame, both for the Bears on the same power play. Double minor against Chris Terry for it. A high sticking. Here comes Liukas, finds a path to the net. He shoots, he scores! Eetu Liukas got around the Bears D, straight in on Stevenson. And in the low slot, he sneaks one through Stevenson for his 3rd goal of the season. Off the near post and in, as Liukas wrestled his way around Nicky Lieberman to put the Islanders back on top. 4:24 to go. That'll really quiet the crowd down. They were certainly into it. And it's Eetu Liukas who battled his way around Nicky Lieberman. Muscled his way to the slot, came in straight at Stevenson on, I guess, what turned into a breakaway after a good play at the blue line. Lieberman was there shadowing Liukas the entire time, but he put it off the post and in low. The puck was on the ice the whole way. As Bears sends it across for Dubé, centering pass, and the Bears answer right back. The Islanders left the back door open for a tap-in goal. Alex Limoges, who had the game winner last night, ties it 4-4. And this one comes very quickly after Eetu Liukas gave the Islanders a 4-3 lead. Goal separated by 27 seconds. Alex Limoges with 3:57 to go in the frame. Islanders will have to go to work again trying to take the lead. And had 2 different advantages tonight. The Bears have not yet held a lead. Very similar game, although kind of flipped from last night where the Islanders were down big early and battled back several times before they ended up losing in regulation by 1. Here tonight, it's the Islanders who have either been in a tying game or have had the advantage. It's a 4-4 game with 3.5 to go. Bolduc banks it head out to center. Chris Terry slowed at the Hershey line. as he ran into Iorio, and that's going to throw the timing off for an offside whistle. 3:22 to go in the second. Islanders and Bears are tied at 4. And another high-scoring affair tonight in Chocolatetown. Islanders hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, this is forward Will DeFore, and you're listening to the future stars of the New York Islanders on the Bridgeport Islanders Radio Network.
.322 to go in the second period. Islanders and Bears tied at 4. And a face-off coming up in the neutral zone as we had a 3-0 Islanders lead turn into a 3-3 game. Islanders led 4-3, and 27 seconds later, Alex Limoges following an Etu Levis go-ahead goal has taken us right back to a deadlock. So we're level here into the final 3.5 minutes. If you're just joining us, well, the Islanders have spread the wealth, no doubt, in this game. They've got most of their skaters involved. No one has a multi-point game. 10 of the 18 skaters have a single point. Hunter Miska's made 19 saves on 23 shots. Clay Stevenson, 13 saves on 17 shots. Here come the Bears through the neutral zone. Puck back down, and it's Sutter over towards Saunier, but a little bit too antsy with it were the Bears, and it is offside with 3:07 to go. Let's take a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Two Roads Brewing Company and Area 2 in Stratford. Here's to the road less traveled. Islanders will return from their All-Star break next Friday night in Wilkes-Barre. They'll battle the Penguins at 7:05. Host the Charlotte Checkers next Saturday. Off for Super Bowl Sunday. Here's Foodie in, got a shot off just outside of the crease. And a right pad save for Stevenson, keeps it 4-4. Islanders then back on the road in Hartford, February the 12th, Wednesday night, and home against Providence after that. The save for Miska. He's going to go after one of the Bears at the top of the crease. And 8 of the 10 skaters pile up as the temperature rises here. Thiesing on top of a Bear at the bottom of the pile. O'Delly's trying to go after Strome. Sam Bolduc will engage. Saunier and trying to poke at the rebound was a Bear in tight. That was Sutter. And Miska went right after Riley Sutter, who got thrown down onto his back by Thiesing. Thiesing's going to the box to serve a penalty, but they're going to even this out. Riley Sutter will go for the Bears. Cam Thiesing was brought over to the penalty box first. The crowd all stood up and cheered, and then Riley Sutter a few seconds later came over, went to the Bears box, and the crowd still standing all started to boo. That's just how it goes. You got a passionate fan base. And Bears certainly have that here in Hershey. And 4-4 game is going to see 4-on-4 action on the ice with 2:43 to go. Miska made a save on a distant shot from Brennan Saunier. It stuck right against his body. Riley Sutter poked at the puck, hoping for a rebound. Kind of got his stick into the pads, which never makes a goaltender happy, and it certainly is not satisfying for his defense either. And so Thiesing threw down Sutter. Both Sutter and Thiesing in the box. Miska got up, and just as Igor Shesterkin did for the New York Rangers a couple of weeks ago in the NHL, when he took matters into his own hands, Miska showed his displeasure with Sutter. Penalties are Thiesing for holding, Sutter for his first AHL multi-point game. And George, as mentioned earlier, he's Got goals in back-to-back AHL games, but those span several months. Scored a goal on November the 1st in Springfield, was called up right after that. Made his NHL debut against the Pittsburgh Penguins that following week. 4-on-4 here in a 4-4 game. Final minute, 45 seconds of the second period. Lieberman ahead. Ness crosses in with Limoges. Left it to him. Limoges curls back deep in the Isles zone. Finds Lieberman out high. He played it to the front of the net. Bolduc's all over the back of Ness. And the puck played across to the right point. Skating it down the wall is Smallman. Lost his balance, lost the puck as well. Mitchell trying to force it over for Foodie. Smallman gets back to it to break it up, but the puck comes out to center, and here's Tyce Thompson in 1-on-3. Circles back, has a trailer, and Foodie got the puck to him. Foodie is forced to reverse course out to center by Vincent Iorio of the Bears. Final minute of the second. Here's a takeaway at center for Crookshank. He tried to turn in on Fulp and separated from the puck in doing so. Out to the right point, kept in at first by Iorio. Knocked out center by Thompson. Thompson on for Foodie. Back to Thompson. Rink wide feed was behind Fulp and comes out of the zone. He's in front of the penalty boxes as Thiesing came out of the box along with Hershey's Riley Sutter. Half minute left in the second period. We're tied at 4. The puck's going to get through Fulp at the blue line and come out. We were tied 3-3 after 2 last night. Islanders about a 500 team, and they're tied after 2 periods. Here's a pass through to Foodie, or rather to Pino. Over to Terry below the left circle. And too sharp an angle. He tried to send it to the front of the net, and it deflected into the seats. Another look at the out-of-town scoreboard and more, and a recap from this first 40 minutes on the way during our second intermission report. 15 games, 30 teams in action here today at one point or another in the final game before the All-Star break. Hartford and Laval had a game that started earlier this afternoon. Hartford blew an early lead, but did get a point in an overtime loss at Place Belle. Bears get the puck out of their zone through center. And wiping out into the corner is LaPierre as the horn sounds, and that will do it for 20 minutes. Well, the Bears have to be happy with how the second period went on their side after trailing 3-1 after 1. And even trailing 3-0 at one point. They come back to even the game after 40. It is 4-4. Bears goals coming from Mirosnichenko, Smallman, Limoges, and Trinyev. Islanders goals from George, Bolduc, Terry, and Liukis. And Isaiah George has a multi-point night for the Islanders with 1 goal and 1 assist. Second intermission report headed your way after this. We'll reflect on the opening 2 periods tonight in Hershey. We'll have the other 14 games in the AHL with our out-of-town scoreboard. Plus, check in on the New York Islanders, see what they're doing in Tampa, Florida as they open a back-to-back in the Sunshine State. Tonight they'll have the Florida Panthers tomorrow. 4-4 here in Hershey after 2. Islanders hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health.
Our mission is simple. Create the best tasting cocktail flavors ever. We select only real natural botanicals. Spices from the East, fruits from the tropics, distilled, macerated, and percolated in our Lucas Bowles distillery. The result? A flavor true to nature, delicious and sophisticated, which simply make the best tasting cocktails. Bowles, the original spirit of Amsterdam.
And the Islanders take this one from UBS Arena, Belmont Park.
Talkin' Isles, the official podcast of the New York Islanders, brings you stories from all across Isles Nation. Hear from special guests, team alumni, and the voices of the game. Produced by WRHU Radio Hofstra University. Talkin' Isles. That's talkin' without the G. New episodes released every other Wednesday.
How do you treat a preterm baby and her sleep-deprived parents? How do you use tumor profiling to personalize cancer therapies? How do you help ensure the safety of one of the most important vaccines in generations? with the greatest of care. It's how our nurses, caregivers, and our acclaimed doctors do their jobs every single day. We are Yale New Haven Health, and we're here for you with the greatest of care.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life.
It takes a fight to be a full-time fan. There'll be early check-ins and late shifts, good days and bad ones. But you'll never quit because you're in this together. It won't always be easy, but when you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
The Port Jeff Ferry presents the sounds of your instant vacation. It's the instant vacation for you, your family, and your car. The instant you drive or walk on board the Port Jeff Ferry, relax and unwind. Of course, you could drive around to Long Island and discover the joys of traffic and detours. And then the kids in the back seat with those little questions.
Are we there yet?
And, of course, those little side trips.
I have to go to the bathroom.
And those little medical issues.
I have a headache. My tummy hurts.
When you're traveling to and from Long Island this summer, remember, it's the instant vacation aboard the Port Jeff Ferry, where all kids 12 and under with parent or guardian ride free. Yay! So if you're tired of hearing this...
Timmy's looking at me.
Maybe it's time to hear things like this.
Look, there's a lighthouse.
The Port Jeff Ferry, your instant vacation. When it comes to summer fun, don't miss the boat.
What could you do with a cash-out refinance from Total Mortgage? You could use the money to consolidate debt. Or you could use it for home improvements. Or put your equity to work by investing it in stocks, bonds, or even a new business venture. Or simply save the money for the future. Call Total Mortgage to see how much cash you can take out and ask about our no closing cost options. Total Mortgage. Mortgage easier.
Would you like sparkling or tapped?
Well, actually...
Dad, no.
Showtime. We brought our own, filtered by Culligan's reverse osmosis system.
Every time?
Like clockwork.
Do you guys want glasses for that?
Yeah.
At Culligan, we get that most people don't think about water like we do, and that's okay. See, when we install a drinking water filtration system, we're thinking about filtering up to 60 potentially harmful contaminants, so you can just think about drinking safer, better tasting water. At Culligan, we think about your water, so you don't have to.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
Hello, I'm Marna Borgstrom, CEO of Yale New Haven Health. With so many people affected by COVID-19,
For top quality floors at rock bottom prices, come to Floor & Decor.
If you haven't been to Floor & Decor before, this is the time to go.
Wow, I cannot believe this selection.
I can get great prices at Floor & Decor every single day.
Tile, porcelain, slate, hardwoods, laminates. They've got every option that you can possibly imagine.
For the price, for the quality, to me it's a no-brainer.
Run, don't walk.
Trust me, go. Floor & Decor.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why do you sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
Coke with coffee. We blended Coke with rich coffee for one very good reason. Your afternoon pick-me-up routine needed it. Simple as that. Coke with coffee.
This is forward Cole Bardrow. Thank you for listening to the Bridgeport Islanders Radio Network.
Welcome back to Hershey in a 4-4 game after 2. Like last night, this one has been awfully entertaining, at least through the first 2 periods. I can only imagine it will get better in the third and maybe even overtime. The Islanders have only been to overtime on 4 occasions this season. We noted last night that the Bears have been to OT 14 times because we thought last night we may have been headed there. But the Bears got the game-winning goal at 4:30 of the third from Alex Limoges. Islanders couldn't cash in the rest of the way. The Islanders, as a team, haven't been to OT since December the 6th in Springfield. That was a 5-4 overtime loss. They've actually been to overtime twice. The 5-minute overtime session is where a game has ended twice. They've lost both of those. They've been to a shootout 2 times as well. And the Islanders have not won in a shootout either. So maybe they don't want to get to overtime. But if they do, they would get a point at least. The Islanders, at least in their last 3 games, have been stuck on 24 points. Well, the Islanders led 3-0 early in this one. They led 3-1 after the first. But the Bears scored 3 of the 4 goals in the second period and have come back to tie it up as we take a look at how this game has played out to this point. Isaiah George in his return to the AHL since 33 games with the New York Islanders. 1 goal and 4 assists at the NHL level before he was returned on loan by the New York Islanders yesterday. He was not here in Hershey with the team yet, so he did not play, but he is in the lineup tonight. Right off the jump, 2 minutes and 11 seconds in, he scored his second goal in the AHL, his second goal in as many games too, dating back to November the 1st. It was what seemed to be a harmless shot floated in from the left point that somehow was able to filter in through a screen and past Clay Stevenson, who, not sure he saw that cleanly, filtered into the back of the net for the George goal, just 2:11 into the game. Tyce Thompson and Cole Bardrow received the assists. In a similar looking play, Sam Bolduc launched a distant shot at 10:06 of the first period. Scored a goal, and it was his 4th point of the weekend after he had 3 assists yesterday. 2-0 Bridgeport lead. And then Chris Terry, another even strength goal. This time Terry's 14th of the year, his team leading 40th point. And a play in which he skated to the doorstep and muscled home Aiden Fulp's right wing centering pass. Terry was able to push it under the pads of Stevenson, and it was 3-0 Islanders. But the Bears responded, starting with Bogdan Trinyev's shot from the front of the net. Mirosnichenko sent a loose puck his way. Trinyev scored his 10th of the year at 18:51 of the first. And then the Bears, who at one point had 4 of the last 5 goals of the game, scored 3 of the 4 in the second period. Spencer Smallman made it a 3-3 game. 16 seconds after Ivan Mirosnichenko scored a power play goal to make it 3-2. That all occurring on a Chris Terry double minor for high sticking, which was assessed just 40 seconds into the period. So that's where the Islanders really got into trouble, was when Chris Terry was called for a high stick, and it was not only a 2-minute minor, but a 4-minute penalty. And so with Terry in the box, the Bears not only scored on the front half of it with the Miroshnichenko chance, but Spencer Smallman 16 seconds later scored on the back half of it. And just like that, the Islanders' lead was erased, and we had a new hockey game, which saw each team trade a goal after that. Eetu Liukas made it 4-3 at 15:36, as he was able to work his way around the Hershey defense, and the last one back was Nicky Lieberman, but Liukas with a nifty little play to get past him with the puck. Skated in on Stevenson, bearing down on the Hershey netminder. He played a low shot right against the ice that banked off the post and in. But that lead was short-lived. The Islanders gave up their 4-3 lead 27 seconds later when Alex Limoges tapped in Pierre Dubé's backdoor feed at 16:03 of the second period. Ethan Bear with the secondary assist. 10 different players have a point for the Islanders. Isaiah George, the only guy who's got multiple points for Bridgeport. 1 goal and 1 assist for the 20-year-old in just his 5th American Hockey League game tonight. For the Bears, surprise, surprise, after a 3-goal night yesterday, Miroshnichenko's got 3 points in this one with 1 goal and 2 assists. 2 assists for Mike Vecchione so far. 2 assists for Brad Hunt as well. Hunter Miska's made 21 saves on 25 shots. Clay Stevenson 14 saves on 18 shots. Hershey is 2 for 3 on the power play. Islanders are 0 for 1. And we'll see if we have any power plays in the third period, which will give one of the teams an opportunity to take the lead. For the Bears, it would be their first lead of the night. They've either been trailing or have been even. Hershey leading in shots, 25-18. 4 shots on goal for both Vinny Iorio and Pierre Dubé. For the Islanders, team high 4 shots for Eetu Liukas. Islanders mentioned they have been shorthanded 3 different times. 4 infractions in this game for just 8 minutes. Last night actually set new season highs in both infractions and penalty minutes. Had 12 penalties called between minors and a couple of 10-minute misconducts between Grant Hutton and Chris Terry. They had 43 combined penalty minutes in that game. That's the most they've had in a single contest all year. So 4-4 after 2. The Coors Light out-of-town scoreboard features 14 other games across the AHL. One Atlantic Division team finished up earlier. That was the Hartford Wolfpack, getting a point in a 5-4 overtime loss to Laval. The Rocket head into the All-Star break with 5 consecutive wins and a first-place team in the North right now. One other Atlantic Division game has just gone final. The Charlotte Checkers fell in regulation to the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, 2 very evenly matched teams. Jonathan Gruden had the game-winning goal at 10:17 of the third period, putting the Penguins ahead. And the Penguins head into the All-Star break with 52 points. That's 1 behind the Checkers and, for right now, the Providence Bruins. But the Penguins have at least 3 games in hand on any other divisional opponent. Games going on right now in the AHL. Utica and Belleville tied 2-2 in the third. Colorado all over Grand Rapids on the road, 4-0 after 2 periods at Van Andel Arena. Chicago leads Manitoba 3-0 in the first period at home. Providence and Cleveland tied 2-2 after 2. Bruins goals coming from Abate and Max Jones. The Springfield Thunderbirds put up 4 goals in the second period. They lead the Iowa Wild 6-2 in Des Moines. Second intermission there. Milwaukee and Rockford tied 3-3 after 1. Texas leads Coachella Valley 2-1 after 1. Henderson and San Jose will drop the puck a little bit later on tonight. Also Ontario in Tucson. Abbotsford hosting Calgary. Bakersfield hosting the Toronto Marlies, finishing up a 10-game, 3-week road trip. In the NHL, the New York Islanders are beginning a 2-game weekend set in the Sunshine State. They'll take on the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight and the Florida Panthers tomorrow. Right now it's a 1-1 game in Tampa. Second intermission between the Lightning and the Isles. Tampa led 1-0 on a Jake Gensel goal. Islanders respond with their newest player, Adam Boquist, scoring his 3rd of the season overall just after he was claimed off waivers yesterday from the Florida Panthers. So 1-1 the score. in Tampa right now. Here in Hershey, it's a 4-4 game heading to the third. We'll take a 60-second timeout and have the third period next. Islanders Hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health.
The night is young. The seltzer is refreshingly bold, and it's made with real tequila. So you can take your shot wherever the night takes you. Hornitos Tequila Seltzer, a shot worth taking.
Popcorn, get your popcorn here. Inpopnito Popcorn in Disguise is the Northeast's largest crafter of handmade popcorn. We create over 100 unique and scrumptious flavors we call disguises, including sea-sprayed caramel, Newport pretzels and ale, truffle Parmesan garlic, cinnamon toast, and cheesy garlic bread, to name a very few. While we craft over 1 million handmade bags of popcorn a year at our Popcility for our own retail stores and e-commerce site, inpopnito.com, we also create popcorn for our wholesale partners, boutique hotels, theaters, corporate accounts, and of course, weddings and parties. At Inpopnito, we can design, create, and print full-color labels for our clients, giving you a uniquely branded or personalized gift for your own clients or guests. Ready to taste the difference? Inpopnito Popcorn in Disguise.
This is Chris Terry. Thank you for listening to Bridgeport Islanders Hockey.
Islanders and Bears 4-4 here in the third. The puck has just dropped. Isles win it back to Isaiah George. He will lift it in deep. And the Isles go to work in their offensive zone. It's played up the right wing wall. And although Travis Mitchell hit Ivan Mirosnichenko from behind, the puck got through both of them and back to Bridgeport ice. Isaiah George, the only Islander with multiple points so far, gains the red line and sends it deep. Steers it behind the net. Stevens comes on to play it, reverses it back up the right wing wall. Scarbosa will fish it out of his skates, play it to center. Islanders take over there. Here's Tyce Thompson. Short handoff to Foodie, left point. And he'll play it off of a Bears stick and into the near corner. Isles make their first change of this third period, 48 seconds in. Chris Terry, who brought you back from break, has one of the goals for the Islanders tonight. He's now tied with Otto Koivula for second all-time in team scoring. He's tied with Jeff Tambellini for fourth in goals with 71 of them. Pass from Bolduc across to Odelius, turnover. Limoges steps to the doorstep, and a shot didn't go for LaPierre. Miska makes the save, and he'll cover it. Sprawled out, chest down against the ice with 1:15 off the clock in the third. Tonight's third period is brought to you by Total Mortgage. Now for more than 4 years running, Total Mortgage is Connecticut's #1 mortgage lender. Miska with the save and holds on to it. Face off to his right. It's blocker side. Miska, not the tallest goaltender. 6'1", 180 pounds. Shot from the left side comes in. And now through the right circle, it's taken ahead by Warren. Warren is checked hard into the wall in front of the benches by Dubé. They separate. Warren did the job effectively to get it deep into the Bears zone. Dubé chips it back ahead. Warren steers to the low slots. Aiden Fulp had to really be careful there. Two Bears coming in on him. And thankfully with the help of Brian Pino, they get it away from Alex Limoges. And to neutralize yet again. Brad Hunt, red line, shoots one off the stick of an Islander and caught the high glass and stays in. Up to the right point. It's Liukas who applies hit on John McDonald. Puck back behind the Islanders net. Fulp tap it along for Bartram. Tight cut outside of the back of the cage. And then he'll reverse course, leaving it for Fulp. Opens up a little space for his second-year D-man. Stretches one on for Liukas. He'll tap it in deep. McDonald gets a hard check from behind into the boards by Bartram. Creates turnover eventually, so the Islanders will keep it in. Left point, George sends it behind the net. Caught off just before it got to Maggio by Smallman. Here's their foot race to it. Cruikshank in with Mitchell to the net. He ran into Miska, and Miska is sent flying into the back of his net again, and it comes out of place. We get a whistle with 17:24 to go in the third. Wonder what the over-under was on the Islanders' net coming out of place tonight. That's at least 3 instances I can think of. This time it was Grant Cruikshank, and a bear down on Hunter Miska from the right side. He cut to the front of the net, had Travis Mitchell right there with him. Mitchell trying to slow him as best he could. Cruikshank got a shot off. Miska made the save, and then Cruikshank, losing an edge, crashed into the Islanders goalie, who flew into the back of the net. It came off both of its pegs. Miska's okay. And a face-off to his left. False start on the draw between Gill and Strome. I cannot overstate how happy the Islanders must be and how relieved it is as a broadcaster to see Justin Gill back in this game after taking a violent hit into the far boards. He was trying to check Aaron Ness, kind of ducked out of the hit, and it sent Gill vulnerable into the far boards chest first. And he was down, and it looked like he was in trouble for many, many seconds. Several shifts came back into the game later on in the second period. He's on the ice right now with Tyce Thompson and Riley Pearson. Stevenson out of his crease, plays it up the right wing wall. Sent through the neutral zone by Ness. Sutter tapped it in. Collision back behind the Islanders goal line. Spilling to the ice, McDonald. Ahead for Gill. The connect to lead pass to Foodie straight north, and then a back-checking Saunier stole it off Foodie's stick. Saunier trying to squeeze past Foodie, who shut the door. Canceled him out. McDonald at the red line, trying to filter one through on for Thiesing. Vecchione got in that passing lane. Islanders will try the right side. They'll work it in this way. Foodie to the front of the net. How about that? The cage comes out of place again. This time it's in the Hershey zone and behind Stevenson. Might as well get the ice crew, the operations personnel out here and just drill those holes even deeper on both sides. I know the fans aren't loving it. The players certainly aren't. I'm sure the referees don't love having both nets come off so easily as well. They will get the operations crew out here to take a look at the Bears net. And while they're out here, you might as well just drill down a little bit further on the Islanders side behind Hunter Miska to make sure that net is secure as well. A brief stoppage here while we attend to the Bears crease down to my left. We'll use this stoppage to remind you that the only thing better than the Islanders, watching the Islanders this season, is getting to meet them. Stick around after the Bridgeport Wilkes-Barre Scranton game on Sunday, March the 23rd. Meet the team through a post-game autograph session on the Total Mortgage Arena concourse. Tickets for that game and others available now at BridgeportIslanders.com and the Yale New Haven Health box office. 16:10 to go in the third. Puck back down. Bears race ahead. Miroslav left side. Fires one off the post. He cut back through the left circle. Opened up on the forehand. And Miroslav, who's already got 3 points tonight, tested the iron just over the glove of Miska. But it stays 4-4 as that puck hits square off the post and popped out. Foodie swipes it away from Vecchione, who gets wrapped up by Thiesing. Left side, Thiesing settles the puck. Tries to launch one ahead for Maggio. It missed him, but it did hit something, and so no icing. Maggio and his line mates to the bench. On comes that top line of Terry, Pino, and Hudson Fasching in game 2 of his conditioning loan. Hunt to the red line, connects the pass with Limoges. Steers it behind the Islanders net. Miska cut it off. They'll reverse to the left wing. Terry back to Mitchell. Travis Mitchell angles it ahead for Hudson Fasching, who steps over the blue line but has a face full of Nicky Lieberman. So Pierre Dubé collects a loose puck from the red line, shoots it deep. 5 minutes gone in the third. 4-4 game. Islanders had 3 goals in the first. Bears had 3 in the second. 4-4 game now. After the Islanders had a 4-3 lead that got canceled out 27 seconds following an Eetu Liukas goal. The Bears found the back of the net courtesy of Alex Limoges, who had the winner last night. Pass ahead goes off the skate of Terry, well shy of the red line, and so an easy icing call for linesman Brandon Grillo. 14.5 to go in the third. Islanders returning from the break next Friday night in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, taking on the Penguins. How about the Hershey Bears, who they will return from break next Saturday. They've got a full week off before they host the Syracuse Crunch. They will host the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins that following Tuesday. And then in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania on February the 15th. That's a Saturday night. As the Islanders see a ton of the Wolfpack, Thunderbirds, and especially the Providence Bruins, as do the Bears see that many games and even more against the Penguins and the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Left wing shot is held by Miska. Honestly, it's surprising for Lehigh Valley that the Phantoms are a fifth-place team in the Atlantic. Their record is 4 games above 500, despite playing a significant percentage of their season against this Hershey team, which is in first place. The Penguins are in fourth, but they have games in hand, at least 3 of them on everyone else in the division, and I think they're the best team in the division. So kind of surprising that Lehigh has been able to keep their head above water as best they can. They're a good hockey team too, no question. But quite the opponents here in the state of Pennsylvania that they see all the time. Here's Ness. He'll trade places with Triniev at the blue line. Skates into the right corner. Lost an edge, went hard. Legs first into the corner boards. That's always scary, but he gets up and is okay. Good guy. Islanders fans certainly know him well from his time with Bridgeport back in the mid 2010s. Former Bridgeport captain, one of the all-time games played leaders within the top 10. Here's Cruikshank with his shot from the perimeter. That was warned by Liukas. Came right back to him. Grant Cruikshank will send it to the half wall this time, right wing. To the corner. Rotated around by Triniev. Now Saunier at the point. Hands it off to Bear. Right circle. Step, shoots, scores! Ethan Bear gives Hershey its first lead of the night. 6:39 into the third period. Downhill shot from the right circle. He blows it past the glove of Hunter Miska. The Bears have scored their 5th and lead 5-4 on an Ethan Bear shot from the right circle. Saunier to Bear. Maybe a flash screen from Spencer Smallman moving through the low slot. And Miska could not snag that one out of midair. Ethan Bear has made it 5-4 with his 6th goal of the season. And the Islanders have work to do, down by a goal and down for the first time this evening. The Bears, after giving up the first 3 goals, have scored now 5 of the last 6. Islanders trying to respond, centering pass. Piercy moving to the front of the net, couldn't get Maggio's pass to the front. Maggio, Piercy, and Gill on. Maggio thrown down to the ice by Sutter. Hops back up as the puck comes to Strome. Strome across to Hunt. Ahead for Saunier, and he is wrestled away from the crease by Fulp. Good defensive play there by the strong Aiden Fulp, and now it is Piercy out to the red line. Off the glass and in. 12.5 to go in the third period here in Hershey. Islanders down 5-4. Hunter Miska has made 24 saves in this one. Miska had that one go past his glove. He's allowed 5 goals or more in 3 of his first 4 starts with Bridgeport. George to his own blue line ahead for Fasching. He'll tap it in through the left circle. McDonald throws on the brakes ahead of Thiesing. Linked around to Dubé. And he will geometrically play it to center off the wall. Ahead for Limoges, who's in tracks, trying to find McDonald. And he was canceled out by Cam Thiesing. 11:47 to go. Here's George up the far wall. He'll skate it out. Red line and now across the blue. Pettit in front of Tice Thompson. Or rather, that's Hudson Fasching, 20, not 29. He was canceled out by Bear. Puck comes into the Islanders zone. Here's Bolduc. Stretch pass out to the red line. Gathered by Fasching. He's in and swatted off his stick by Ness. Smallman on his offhand will take it to the left wing. Trying to sneak past McDonald. Centers it. The pass didn't work out for Cruikshank, who didn't quite have the edge on Pinot. 11-11 to go in the third. Islanders wishing for their 5th goal to tie it up here, with time little by little starting to not be on their side. Smallman on a lead pass from Hunt. Placed it below the goal line, swung around the boards. Iorio right point. Across. Ness with a shot warned by Thompson. Aiden Folk behind his own net will bank it up the right wing. Iorio turns away from Pinot. Now to Cruikshank though, his shot blocked by Warren, up and out of play. 10:37 left in regulation. Bears with 5 of the last 6 goals in this game. They lead it 5-4. They're trying to head into the break with points in 9 of their last 10. Meanwhile, the Islanders are trying to battle back in a game that they led 3-0 right away in the first period. Islanders Hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health on the Islanders Radio Network and AHL TV on FloHockey.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life.
I'm Mark Gatcomb, and this is Bridgeport Islanders Hockey.
.37 to go in the third period. Islanders down 5-4 here in Hershey. Mark Gatcomb playing yet again for the New York Islanders. They are in a 1-1 tie with Tampa right now. That game in the third period in Tampa, Florida. So Bridgeport without Mark Gatcomb. They're also without Jakob Skarek, who are on call-up with the New York Islanders. Do have Isaiah George back into the lineup for the first time since November the 1st, and he has 2 points tonight. Bridgeport also without Matt Copperwood, William Dufour, Jamel Smith, Grant Hutton, Alex Jeffries, Frederick Karlstrom, Jack Randall, Wyatt Newpower, Seth Helgeson, Julian Gauthier, Christian Krieger, all out with injuries. 10:36 to go in the third. Puck back down. Islanders with a good, clean face-off win from Bardreau back to Mitchell. Don't keep time on ice here in the AHL, but I have to imagine Travis Mitchell's got to be one of the leaders in that category. Feels like every shift he's on the ice, and he's done a good job in this one. He's paired up with Isaiah George here tonight. Those two defensively with a +1 rating each. The Bears in this game have a couple of power play goals. The other 3 have come at 5-on-5. Islanders only had the 1 power play opportunity. That was midway through the second. 0 for 1. To the side of the net, redirects off the stick of Foudy. Jams away at it. Brad Hunt trying to clear, but it came up to the right point. Bolduc with the keep it to Maggio. Shot doesn't get through. Hunt banks it ahead on for Mirosnichenko. His head was down. Sam Bolduc was ready to apply a huge hit in open ice, but Mirosnichenko was able to feel it coming and moved away from it. 9:30 to go. Isles need 1, down 5-4. Same score that we ended last night with. Rematch here in this one. Islanders' final trip to Chocolate Town on the regular season is right here. Bolduc stretch pass that Chris Terry touches in, comes around the boards. A tie up in the left corner between Maggio and Iorio. To the slot, Fulp comes in, tries to touch it along for Pinot. Just behind the Hershey net. Here's McDonald. He'll reverse it on the backhand to Lieberman. Lieberman tries to shield off Pinot. Lieberman again towards the blue line, hit Pinot's skate. He finds Fasching, who drives into the front of the net, carved into the doorstep, elevated the puck, but couldn't get it to go. Here's Pinot, long shot went off the stick, and that one sort of dipped in on Stevenson. but he catches and holds, and Stevenson has really settled in tonight after he allowed 3 goals on the first 8 shots that he saw way back in the first period. He is getting much better, and so far in this game, he has made 14 saves on his 18 shots against. Islanders down 5-4 here in the third, 8:37 to go. Isles Hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health.
In Pop Nido, the brand choice of locals. The Northeast's largest producer of handmade popcorn with flavors such as sea sprayed caramel, Newport pretzel and ale, truffle parmesan garlic, and buffalo breath. Need a stocking stuffer or Yankee swap? How about a unique employee or corporate gift? In Pop Nido has gift baskets, sampler kits, tins, and more. Plus, corporate branding is available. Let In Pop Nido make you the most popular gift giver this year. Support local, buy local, and experience the In Pop Nido taste difference.
This is Tice Thompson. Thank you for listening to Bridgeport Islanders Hockey.
.837 to go in regulation. Islanders with work to do, down 5-4 to the Hershey Bears. Their goals, 3 of them coming in the first period, the other in the second. George, Bolduc, Terry, and Etu Liukis have accounted for the goals. Islanders have 10 different players who have found the score sheet. Isaiah George, 1 goal and 1 assist. Here's Bolduc off the face-off, shot right into the leg of Smallman. He's going to launch himself the other way, cuts in on Miskun. He couldn't get a shot off as he tried to cut it on the forehand from the bottom of the left circle. Back checking was Bolduc too. He again shot that one into the legs of Smallman, who created a partial break for himself. Or at least he was hoping to get there with an edge. Smallman hammered in the glass behind the Islanders' cage by Bolduc. Puck swirls around to the left point. Fashing touches it back to George, across for Bolduc, and then a diagonal feed looking for Fashing. Fashing arguing that the Bears touched the puck over the red line, but icing is called nonetheless by Brandon Grillo. Fashing still arguing down the ice as he follows the linesman down. I think Fashing got a piece of it, but it looked like the Bears touched it just over the red line. 8 minutes to go in the third. 5-4 hockey game. Face off to the left of Hunter Miskun. The right circle, Cole Bartro wins it back to Bolduc. Off the glass but not out. Sutter with a shot towards the net. It's paddled away to the corner. Now it does get out before it's fired right back in by Hershey's Brad Hunt. 36-year-old, first-team AHL All-Star last year, was second among all league defensemen in points. Tied for first with 16 goals. That was with the Colorado Eagles. Brad Hunt signed a very late AHL contract, a 1-year deal with Hershey on August the 2nd. What a pickup late in the offseason for this Bears team that certainly has a huge emphasis and priority on winning. The Washington Capitals, that philosophy, doing whatever they can to help out as well. And they've got some top prospects here in Hershey. Certainly Miroshnichenko right at the top of the list. The 20th overall pick in 2022. Has 6 points in 2 games this weekend. Bartro below the Hershey goal line. Double teamed into the right corner. Scarbosa and Hunt cancel him out. Puck to the middle of the ice. And now it is Matthew Strome, the youngest of Ryan and Dylan Strome. Of course, Ryan Strome, former New York Islander, and many years ago, former Bridgeport Sound Tiger as well. And down the left side, it's Basic. Throws to the front of the net, and it goes off the stick of Foodie before it's smothered by the goaltender Stevenson with 6:32 left to play. Faceoff will stay here in the Bears zone. And you can experience the AHL like never before with AHL TV on FloHockey. Watch HD quality streams of every game live or on demand from wherever you are on your desktop, laptop, tablet, phone, smart TV, or OTT device. Visit FloHockey.tv to join now. Never miss a moment of Islanders action. Scarbosa for Vecchione. The play is offside. This time as Hershey made a rush with 6:25 to go in the third. The faceoff will come out to center. Mentioned all those guys the Islanders aren't able to utilize tonight. For the Bears, right at the start of the year, they lost out on one of their heartbeats of the team, if you will, over the last few years. Joe Snively, the Yale product who led Hershey with 59 points last season, signed with the Red Wings organization. He's in Grand Rapids. A big loss for them, but maybe they aren't as good right now as they were last year and the year before, but they're still a first-place team, and one that everyone else in the Atlantic is chasing at the All-Star break. 6 minutes to go in the third. The puck's played ahead by George. This one will get through Foodie and DeBear. And we're well shy of the red line anyway. Icing coming up against the Islanders with 5:53 to go. George remains on the ice with Bolduc. Foodie, Thiesing, and Maggio are the forwards. 5:53 left. Islanders being outshot 29-20. Trailing 5-4 in the game in all facets, except I guess for penalty minutes in all the minors that we had last night. This is a very, very similar game as to last night's, for the Islanders hoping that the outcome is just a little different. They've won twice this year when trailing. Chris Terry brings it over the red line, tries to sneak through Dubé's hit, and then gets ridden into the glass by Lieberman. And then Terry will check Lieberman to the ice, and a penalty is coming up, and it will be on Chris Terry for a cross-check. So Terry slipped past Dubé's hit, but then got cut off by Lieberman, who stole the puck. Chris Terry cross-checked him below the goal line, and that puts Hershey on its fourth power play of the game. They're 2 for 3 so far. That's going to eat up a lot of important time here down the stretch for the Islanders, who need a goal. There's only 5:25 left. We'll take a break. We'll finish up regulation after this. Islanders with a big 5:25 remaining in search of a late comeback effort. Islanders hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health.
Wanted full-time fans must be enthusiastic problem solvers, possess strong communication skills, be good under pressure, willing to travel, and happy to work weekends. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
I'm Liam Foodie, and this is Bridgeport Islanders hockey.
.25 to go in the third period. Islanders trailing 5-4 as we head down the stretch. Chris Terry called for cross-checking, puts Hershey on its fourth power play of the game. And the Bears, who have 2 power play goals in this one, have now scored 9 power play goals total in their last 9 games. The Islanders have allowed a power play goal in 9 of their last 10, hoping that they've already allowed their fair share here tonight, and that this kill can be strong and they can have a chance with about 3.5 to go, back to 5-on-5. The Islanders, by the way, do though have 5 short-handed goals as Cole Bardreau pokes the puck free out to center. And here is Mike Vecchione, veteran for the Bears, or rather that's Ethan Bear, excuse me, 49, not 19. And he'll leave it. The Bears get it deep. LaPierre, Dubé, Bear, Scarbosa, and Limoges are the power play personnel for the Bears. Puck thrown around to the left corner. Limoges takes a bump from Fulp, skates towards the crease, hands it off to LaPierre. Above the left circle, Ethan Bear sends it to the left corner. Ryan Pino gathers it and shoots it down with 4.5 to go. Islanders trying to come back in this one and to attempt to not fall to 1-4-0 against Hershey this season. If anything, they'd love to get this one to overtime, something they have not done since December the 6th. Let's play a game past regulation. 46 seconds to go on the Terry penalty. Bears come back in. Smallman, right corner, sends it behind the net. And then Vecchione got walled off. Comes to the point. Here's Hunt. From Mirosnichenko. Plays to the right circle. Vecchione for Smallman. And he whiffs. Sought a pass across. And then to the left corner. Settling the puck far side is Trinyeya. Up the wall. And it's Mirosnichenko. Below the goal line. 3:43 to play. 16 seconds to go on the Terry penalty. Tough angle try. Redirected off the pads of Miska and cleared by Liam Foudy. Power play coming to an end. Bears are now 2 for 4 on the man advantage. Here comes Terry out of the box. And we're back to 5-on-5 with 3:23 to go. It's getting cut off near side with Saunier by Fashing. 20s got together and then separate. Fashing comes in, tries to sidestep Ness. Keeps him to the exterior. Then Ness with a cross check knocks Fashing to the ice. He hops right back up, no penalty. Puck angled off the glass and out by Hunt. As we dip below 3 minutes left. Bolduc settles it down. Will stop behind his net with the puck, being shadowed by Strome. 5-on-5. Islanders down by 1, and we'll see how early Rick Kowalski wants to bring Miska to the bench. Lead pass here, gathered by Gill. He's tied up by Iorio, but did a nice job to work it free down the wall to Liukas. Liukas finds Maggio in the near corner. Battle up the left wing boards, comes to the point. Here's Warren, tight walks the blue line. Lifts a shot wide of the net, off the spring the end boards. And then Liukas brings the rebound down, feeds it out to Travis Mitchell. Miska still in the crease, 2:20 to go. Shot doesn't get through for Liukas. Good keep at the right point. He'll twist one off the stick of goaltender Clay Stevenson. Now the Bears get it out. Sutter slowly through center, and even lighter, he'll tap it into the right corner. 2 minutes left. Miska is in the crease. He's taking a look to the bench as the Islanders break it out. Pino in through center, over the blue line right wing. Here comes Miska to the bench with 1:54 to go. Foudy is on as the extra attacker. Isaiah George shoots one off the back glass. Bolduc pinches in down the left side. Pino tied up along the near boards with John McDonald. It turns into a 5-man gathering around the puck. Foudy trying to dig it free to Fashing. He'll tap it behind the net. He gets cut off by Hunt. Bolduc again pinches down the left wing wall. 90 seconds to go. Terry to the corner, thrown out front by Fashing. Came to Vecchione. Vecchione had 2 Islanders draped all over him, so no chance to shoot at the empty net. But he got it out through center. And that'll eat up some more time with 1:14 to go. Here's Bolduc. Home run pass ahead, deflected in by the blade of Brian Pino into the left wing corner. Puck thrown out front by Fashing. Again, it is cut off, this time by McDonald. Pino taken to the glass, and it's lifted out of the zone by Vecchione. Here's Bolduc in the final minute. Lead pass to Terry. He'll swirl it around. 6-on-5. Islanders net is empty. Maggio to the left circle. Kicked away by Fashing. Comes this way. Ness out in front of Foudy. Can't clear the zone. Tight angle try. Doesn't go for Fashing. Saved by Stevenson to the point. Shot by Bolduc. Deflects off of a stick and ramps up out of play. 34.9 to go in the third. You got to imagine that this group is a little winded. This is the perfect storm for Rick Kowalski to use his timeout. He's got an offensive zone face-off coming up, and he'll draw up a set play as he signals out to referee Jordan Deckard that he would like to use his timeout. Hey, next Friday, the Islanders return from the All-Star break with a date in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania against the Baby Penguins. Live coverage begins at 6:45 with our Connecticut Lottery pregame countdown. We'll drop the puck at 7:05. And the broadcast is live on Mixlr Radio, MIXLR, and also FloHockey for those of you with an AHL TV subscription. Coming up next after the final horn tonight, we'll have the Yale New Haven Health postgame. 35 seconds left. Islanders down 5-4. A rowdy Hershey crowd that is certainly not getting any quieter as they put up silly, what is that, groundhog animation. I should know this. Play it every other night at Total Mortgage Arena. kind of squirrel-looking thing. 35 seconds to go, third period. Winding down, Islanders need a goal to tie it. Net empty to my right. 6-on-5 attack. Right circle face-off, Brian Pino. The team's leading goal scorer with 18 on the year. Against his former team yet again. Will take this face-off. In the right circle, he wins it away from LaPierre. Straight back to Thompson. He's changed directions by Limoges. At the point, he'll circle it around the boards to the corner. And the Bears going to chop it out of the zone. It's going to bounce towards the empty net, but just wide. And getting there first to keep it icing was Sam Bolduc. He was one step ahead of an oncoming Mike Vecchione. It's Pierre Dubé. Pierre Dubé for the Bears is the one trying to beat out the icing call, and it's Sam Bolduc who got there a half a step early. And again, it's a race to the face-off dots, and it's a judgment call by the linesman. It's not a race to the goal line. They blow it dead, so another face-off right circle. Islanders offensive zone draw with 20 seconds left. Pino, another key face-off win, back to Thompson. Straight away, Bolduc tries the left side for Terry. Terry drags, shoots, saves Stevenson, no rebound. Pino, Foodie, and Fashing were all three at the top of the crease, waiting for that one to fall, and it never did on the Chris Terry shot above the left circle. 12.8 to go. Islanders down 5-4. Trying to avoid their 30th regulation loss of the year. Right there knocking on the door, but Clay Stevenson with a key stop and did well to not drop that rebound. This time on the left side, Pino still at the dot. One of the better face-off guys in the Atlantic Division. And he'll turn away, regrouping. As he'll take this draw against Spencer Smallman. And he wins it again, but not enough behind it. Tyce Thompson is angled off the puck by Triniev. It comes out, 5 seconds to go. Bolduc feeds it ahead for Terry. Terry can't get it deep. Lifted out of the zone by the Bears. They win it 5-4. For the second straight night, the Bears win 5-4 in regulation. The Islanders let a 3-goal first period lead slip away, and the Isles will fall to 10-30, 2-2 on the season. 24 points heading into the All-Star break through 44 games. The Hershey Bears enter the break with back-to-back wins and points in 9 of their last 10. The first place Bears pick up points 60 and 61 on the year. Their record at the break, a division best 28-12-5-0. Islanders got goals tonight from Chris Terry, Etsu Liukas, and defensemen Sam Bolduc and Isaiah George, but they fall 5-4 in regulation for the second time in as many days. Isles Hockey is brought to you by Yale New Haven Health on the Islanders Radio Network and AHL TV on FloHockey.
What's Scotty carrying in his mouth?
Oh, it's the new Monopoly scratch ticket from the Connecticut Lottery with chances to win up to $20,000.
Let's play.
I won!
You mean we won?
Oh, I gotta talk to my banker. My real banker.
You mean our real banker?
Park Place, here I come. Well, here we come. Use your game sense. Overall odds 1 in 3.67. Odds vary during game. Must be 18 or older to purchase. ctlottery.org. Monopoly is a trademark of Hasbro and is used with permission.
This is Cam Thiesing. Thank you for listening to Bridgeport Islanders Hockey.
Islanders fall in this game 5-4 in regulation. Goals coming from 4 different players. 4 different players not only scored a goal. Isaiah George was one of them. He had a multi-point game in his return to the AHL. He was the only player for the Islanders to have multiple points. His first multi-point game in the AHL. 9 other players had 1 point for the Islanders. They come up short for the second straight night here in Hershey. The Islanders were outshot 30-24. Suffered a 5-4 loss. Special teams was key for the Bears, who scored 2 power play goals One on each side of a Chris Terry double minor for high sticking early in the second period. And ultimately, that is what was the catalyst for this Bears comeback. Hershey scores 5 of the final 6 goals. The game-winning goal tonight scored by Ethan Barrett, 6:39 of the third period. Saunier and Hunt with the assists. Brad Hunt had 3 assists in this game for Hershey. Ties the season high with 3 points. For the second straight night, Ivan Mirosnichenko is the game's #1 star. He is being announced to the fans here. And you hear the cheers in the background. He had 3 points for the second straight night. 1 goal and 2 assists this evening after a hat trick yesterday. Islanders had a 3-0 lead in the first period. George at 2:11, Bolduc at 10:06, and then Terry at 14:24 muscling home Aiden Fulp's right wing centering pass. Bogdan Triniev got the Bears on the board with 1:09 left in the first as he scored on a centering feed from Mirosnichenko at the top of the crease to make it 3-1 after 1. Mirosnichenko, Smallman, and Limoges all scored in the second period for Hershey. And Tuliukas had the Islanders' only goal